Fans of all ages, broadcasting live from the heart of the Duke City, it's time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk. Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade
I can't read your
or
mind.
the societal impact of sports.
I don't even try.
Been a week.
I can't.
That's how little I care about reading
Speaking of
minds.
Van Nunley and Fred
I put
Slow
no effort
with
in
producer
trying to think
Isaiah
what other people
Johnson
think.
on 95.9 FM
That's
and
interesting.
AM
No,
610.
like tell me the exact thing or
Sports
miss me forever. It's Wednesday, Albuquerque. You know what that means? That means the boys are at the Albuquerque Duke store. Let's go. Yeah. Steve got a new TV and it's on full blast while we're doing radio.
Oh, yep.
How great that Steve did that.
Hold on one second.
Steve, oh, you can't figure out your new TV?
Brand new TV.
Yeah, Steve, don't take off your headset. Explain where you got this TV to the people, Steve. Steve, where'd you get this brand new TV that's at the Duke City, or not Duke City, the
I
Duke
got it
store?
about a month ago.
Yeah, you got it a month ago? You whispering to people again,
Yep.
Steve?
That
Is that what you're doing?
Asking
That
Jared
works.
if he would turn it down.
Shout out to Jared off camera.
Yeah, he don't care about the show.
He does.
All right, so you
But
got
I
a new
about
TV.
A month ago, I was playing in a golf tournament. I don't remember which one it was.
You do remember.
I don't remember who was there.
Which golf tournament was it, Steve?
It was for the Boys and Girls Club of New Mexico.
Central New Mexico. Let's
Central.
go.
I was in a group. with
Foursome. Yep,
you.
me.
Foursome.
Yep.
Myself.
Yep.
Coach Ray Birmingham.
Friend of the show, Ray
Ooh.
Birmingham.
And,
Cowboy.
CBR.
Yeah. And
Cowboy Ray, CBR.
Mm-hmm.
a gal by the name of
Nicola Abreu. Let's
Yes.
go.
Lovely lady.
Yeah, no,
great for
OG friend of the show.
correct. Now, did we win the whole Boys and Girls Club scramble?
We did not, because we only had actually 3 players in the foursome.
What do you mean by that, Stephen? Stephen,
Hurtful.
Fred did not play.
Yeah.
what do you mean I did not play, Stephen?
He played with
He
the
flung.
fling stick.
I'm the most preeminent fling golfer in all of not just New Mexico, but the
He's a
Southwest.
flinger.
Made it a little difficult to score.
No, it did not. We had on at my foursome.
Golf. You're talking about golf.
Yeah, are you talking about? Oh, yeah. I
golf.
guess I shouldn't have finished your thought there.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had the
The fling stick makes it way easier to score in a lot of other things.
yes.
He just walks around with a
Mhm.
giant fling stick. Looks like Gandalf with a staff.
And it's always in the hole.
Correct.
Always.
So no birdies, no eagles, not a lot of pars.
No bogeys.
No bogey.
Nothing boasts about me.
Because you literally can't
Everybody-
write bogey on your
yeah.
scorecard because everybody gets a par.
Par's your friend,
Yes.
brother. That's the
Uh-huh.
Boys and Girls Club rules.
There was one hole where they did a charity that you bought the giant marshmallows.
Mhm.
I don't know how big they are.
Giant.
Whoever can hit the marshmallow the furthest won a 75-inch television.
Okay. So you
That television now resides in the Albuquerque.
let's
Duke
go on that television.
Yeah.
Okay. So that television is brought to you by the Boys and Girls Club of Central New
Actually,
Mexico.
it's brought to you
Congratulations.
by Fred Slow,
Yeah, well,
because Fred donated the money to buy the marshmallow.
So it's technically Fred's.
yes,
well, I bought the
Yeah.
marshmallows.
correct.
Yeah.
And you reminded me of that right when I won the TV.
Hey, Steve and the Duke's team store have a new TV.
Correct.
That's not the
Courtesy
only
of-
new on the show today,
Okay.
as our producer, Isaiah Zay Talks Johnson,
Sucks.
he interviews Brian Urlacher yesterday and immediately gets a haircut.
Oh, did you get
Look at
roasted?
this guy.
Did you get roasted by Brian Urlacher? Is that why you got a haircut?
No, not at all. But it definitely was an awakening moment, just because
for
you know
your
people
political ideology.
Good question.
Yeah.
Did you talk to Nota Begay yesterday? And Nota goes, "Oh, you're actually one of the kids I helped historically
Mhm.
because of the haircut you had.
No, Noda was a cool guy. Well, I had a hat on, and that's what bugged me because number one,
You didn't look like a pro."
yeah, it wasn't professional enough, and then beforehand the dreads and the long hair was a football thing, and then football's over, so I was like, all right, you know what, this is the time because I can't wear hats everywhere I go. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this thing off. It's about 11 o'clock. intrusive thoughts.
All right. So as
Look at Zay.
yeah,
Dang. What's next? You gonna start wearing pleated khakis?
yeah. What's that? You gonna dress okay
You do
for
some-
work?
You wear some boxer
Yeah,
briefs?
you're gonna.
Wear anything that doesn't have a star on it?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know about that one.
Hey,
I
the
don't know about
the sports book opened yesterday at Sandia Sports page book
Book.
bar.
Yeah.
All of the sports stuff. So it opens up. So I placed my first bet yesterday, boys. Let's go over at
Congratulations.
Sandia. Now, did you guys place bets too, or just me?
I got one in.
Okay.
I got one in as well.
I got
All right.
2 actual bets at this sports book
So did I.
teller.
And we're gonna talk. Same.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, and we're going to talk about the night. It was a banger. We had a lot of fun. We're going to go
Mhm.
through that. We're going to relive it with the friends of the show. But I would like to share with everyone what my bet was first.
Okay.
That's what I'd like to do first.
Go
if you
ahead.
guys are comfortable with that.
I think friends of
Absolutely.
the show might have a guess.
Okay. So I made 2 bets. I parlayed. I put a 2-team parlay out,
Mhm.
and I bet with what is called the spread. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
So I did not take the money lines. I took
Familiar.
the spread.
Yes.
So I have picked
Can I
Did-
guess first or no?
the absolutely you can. I'm
think-
pulling out my bet right now. My bet slip.
I think you. I don't know. Dallas is playing this. You picked the Texans and the Washington State Cougars. And you
Okay,
put
well, here's the thing.
half-
You can't pick the Cougars. Here's why.
Yeah.
Because they're playing UNM, and at the Sandia Sportsbook, you cannot bet for or against the UNM Lobos or the New Mexico State Aggies. That's a rule at Sandia, Steve.
That's correct. And that's because of
Conflict of interest.
interest.
Yeah, conflict
Well,
of interest.
Is that the official reason?
Because if you got enough skin in the game,
Yeah.
our fine friends at Sandia might be tempted to slide a little cheese into one of the zebras.
That's not
pockets.
called conflict of interest, you dummies. That's called diddling.
diddling.
Yeah, so
Now,
you can't
hold
do it
on.
because of diddling.
That
you
is
could,
not
you
what
could-
diddling is.
you could diddle it. You don't want anyone going in there diddling all over it.
out there diddling refs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
You know,
don't think that's the right terminology.
Or missing free
I could be
throws
wrong.
on purpose.
you're talking about.
2024.
Oh, you think people would diddle the spread?
Mm.
Well, if there's some, depends on where money is being, given and exchanged.
Well, no more money greater than $8,000 can be bet at the Sandia Sportsbook. But heads up, that's the highest in the state.
Sure.
Yeah. So if you're a guy who wants to play some money, I only played $20.
Yeah.
On mine. And I only played $20 because I accidentally had a $20 bill, and I wasn't 100% sure on how change worked.
Okay.
So I just bet the full 20 instead of chancing getting a voucher and then having to take it to cash out at the automated cash out machine. You guys are following my logic on
Yeah,
this,
I'm
right?
in. I'm in.
Not
I'm in.
particularly.
Sounds like you may have had some vodka waters, no?
No, sodas.
No?
Vodka
Vodka soda.
Soda.
I'm
Soda
not gonna-
water.
What are you doing?
Split the
Yeah, I'm
difference.
not a hot girl, idiot. I'm just recovering diabetic.
Now that Zay's judging you for your teenage girl drink because he got a haircut. Now he only drinks
Mhm.
single barrel scotch.
That's so
Vodka
yeah.
waters.
Zay- yeah.
With this new haircut, it's not weird that I have a bottle of Henny. Okay, here we go. So one $20 parlay. So my potential winnings on my $20 bet, boys, is $52.90.
Ooh, okay.
So
Payday.
that's what I'm saying. So
You
my
You
max
could
payout.
buy a Duke's Team Store hat with that
Could,
and have enough for a T-shirt.
could I get well? But here's the thing: my max payout is $72.90. That's 2 hats.
Now
What?
hold on.
Yeah, because with my $20 invested in the bet, that comes back to me.
Yes.
Payout $52.90,
Excellent.
$72.90 gross.
Now you take the profit.
Nobody does
You
that.
buy a Duke's Team Store hat. You reinvest.
Let it
the
ride.
20.
Let it
Yeah, you
ride.
reinvest.
Super smart.
Yeah.
So I have this. These are
Buy
my.
a bunch of Dogecoin with it.
Wouldn't it
No,
be,
hold on.
wouldn't it
To the
actually
moon.
be that your payout is $52? That includes your $20.
No. Max
That's
payout
incorrect.
$72.90.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now also Doge is no longer a coin. It's the Department of Government Efficiency.
Yeah.
And it is the most important thing on earth. I learned today.
The Department of Government Efficiency is so efficient already that they hired another guy to do one guy's
Yeah.
job. So there's 2 guys doing one guy's job. Good
Oh.
start.
Okay, so here's my first parlay pick.
Mhm.
So I took the Kansas City Chiefs.
Who
And-
haven't lost.
Correct.
Yeah.
and they are not favored, which was interesting, against the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, the Bills of Buffalo.
Yes, the New York Bills.
The only New York team.
Yeah, 2.5 points. So I put that on there, and you're like, well, Fred, that's like a tough game to call.
Crazy.
That's going to be, it's a primetime one.
Mhm.
You know, statistically, the Chiefs don't lose. But here's the real reason I did it. The bet number was 69.
Nice.
Yeah, so whenever I went through to pick which bet it was bet number 69.
So sweet.
So sweet.
You have to.
Yeah, so I had to.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the Chiefs in that one, and then I was like, well, this could be a moneymaker, but I need to parlay it with a sure thing. So I have the Houston Texans with the spread that's 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
So look for the Houston Texans to more than 7.5 points.
I think that's obvious.
Beat the Dallas Cowboys
That's
this
a
weekend.
gimme.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing, Steven.
It's a gimme.
I'll have to go get my slips.
Yeah, well, we
My
have
wallet.
a commercial break coming up.
Now, Fred might get himself some satisfaction this very weekend.
I
with his-
can't get
No, you can't. You can't.
Oh, okay.
You totally
yeah,
can.
sorry.
Absolutely, you can.
I will.
I have to wait until April to get my satisfaction.
Oh,
As with my bet,
WrestleMania bet. Okay.
I put nope.
Oh,
100 Smackerinos down
you had 100
on
smackers?
the hated Blue Devils of Duke University to win the college basketball national championship.
That was out? That was an available bet already?
Yep, I get a G off of that mother.
Nice.
100 turns into 1,100.
So I thought you were telling a very funny joke when you asked to place that bet. I thought when you walked up to the guy and said that, because everyone laughed at you.
So Cooper Flagg, who is basically the Cooper DeJean of
The
basketball.
Cooper Rush
Yeah,
of basketball.
The Cooper Rush of basketball. And Kaman Maluak is going to go undefeated.
Now, didn't they just lose the election?
The what?
What was their name?
Kaman Maluak.
Oh, so it was close. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he
Now,
talking
you were
about?
thinking of Kamala Maluak.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Similar. Yeah, similar.
Different.
Still on that.
It's only 4 years.
Cousins thrice removed to win the national championship. So I get to root for the most hated team in all of basketball all season, and I am signing up for it. I am here for it.
I would like to support you.
Join me.
I would like to support you. in
Join me.
My potential winnings won't occur until next October.
Oh,
this.
okay.
Oh, okay.
As what did you do,
It's not
Steve?
potential. I mean,
Now you placed money on what the encore song would be at the Weird Al concert at the Rio Rancho Event Center
Mhm.
next September. So I like that. That's a good bet,
I
Stephen.
said October.
Wicked schmat.
Well, it's last day of
Oh.
September.
Close enough.
It's the next world champion of Major League Baseball.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Who could you possibly
Yeah.
have picked, Steve?
Do you want to guess?
Not World Series champion.
World Series champion.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Obviously, the team that's about to sign Juan Soto to a record contract that's not Shohei Ohtani, the New York Mets. The New York Mets.
That's what you
That's
went
who
with.
you bet on.
With
Yeah.
Metropolitans.
Yeah.
I did not.
Of course, you bet on the Yankees.
Okay. So, but you don't know what that pays out.
I saw my slip.
Okay.
Probably says potential winnings on it.
So here's how you divide your potential winnings. You do it per game, right?
It's
So
only
it's
one game.
Mhm.
well, yes, but we're also now putting it into the the factor of funness. So your potential winnings divided by your bet spread out over the total number of games is your actual investment in this, and that's like a season full of fun.
Yeah.
Is what I just heard.
Correct.
Shout out to our new friend we met last night.
Okay.
It's Mr. Magic Man,
Oh,
who entertained us all evening. He's on a plane right now and said, wish I could watch this broadcast without interruption, but I'm high. I don't know. Air Force? What does AF mean? Air Force? He's high Air Force?
Yeah.
He said he's high Air
At
Force
flight.
right now
High at flight.
on an airplane, and
Yeah.
the Wi-Fi connection is poor.
Garage Tay was the
Shout out.
magician. Yeah,
Garage.
yeah, he was the magician last night, and this is a real story.
Yeah.
So he and Steve, you recorded it with your cellular device.
I did.
He, in front of me and many adoring fans, because at that time, and Steve, you can vouch for this, I was basically just blanketed in like wide-eyed, like ladies excited to be around me. Like that's factual, Steve.
That is correct.
Okay.
Mhm.
I have a picture of that as well.
Yes. And as I was, the way I so often do, work in the room, Karish came up and he said, would you like to see a magic trick? And I said, sir, don't you touch my watch.
Yeah.
That was
What do I look like? A Jets player?
Yeah. That's yeah. Do I look like a wide receiver for the San Francisco Giants 49ers?
Uh-huh.
What's that kid's name? Peerless?
Yes.
Yeah, I said don't do it.
Ricky Pearsall.
Thank you, Pearsall. That's a good take. You didn't have to look that up. So he on video, he rips a playing card.
It goes through the deck.
Goes through,
Picks
yeah.
out a random card.
Pulls out his deck right in front of me, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And he ripped the tip right off of one.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Corner.
What did I say?
The corner.
Okay.
Hmm.
And then the other thing, the ripped card ends up under my damn watch.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Corner.
Oh.
The corner. The missing
Oh my
corner.
God.
He put the tip right on my wrist.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he put the 4 of club skin right underneath.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the king. It's king of clubs.
Oh, what's the
It's,
king?
oh,
Uh-huh.
now we know. So anyways, he one-eye jacks it underneath of my watch,
Mhm.
and I'm in awe.
Flabbergasted.
Yeah, I'm in amazement. So anyways, long story short, he's trying to do a disappearing act at the end of the night by stealing all the leftover cheeseburgers that Sandia Sports book
Accurate.
provided. And Van said, "Sir, make you a bet." That's why, because we're at the casino
Mhm.
sports book. He says, "Bet you won't do more magic for us if I buy you a beer."
Yep.
Fast forward 4 hours, we sat at this
4
table.
hours later, we shut down the bar. Me, Fred, and a magician doing personal magic tricks in front of us.
It's 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Nobody to corroborate
Uh-huh.
the actual magic that was happening.
How do you corroborate magic?
You
It's
videotape it on your phone.
Oh, that's just rude.
What are you doing? This was a private show. You don't.
He
You
asked
never
me to
record a
videotape.
private show.
He said, will you videotape?
"Oh, that was public forum. That's a whole other
Yeah,
story."
it's different.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
All right. So I recognize Jealous when I see Jealous, and that's
Uh-huh.
what you are right now.
I used to be a magician. I did. I used to do little kids when I was a little kid. I did magic shows.
Okay. Now,
And
When
then
I was a
my
kid, I
career
also did
ended-
kids too.
yeah, I
Steve.
get that.
My career ended when the kid in front of me was like, "I know that one." I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I went on. I know that one. He knew all my tricks. It's the end of my career.
So did he get the same magic kit from the Sears
I
that
think he
you
did,
got?
yeah.
Is it-
It was in a
Yes, uh-huh.
briefcase. Like, oh, I have that briefcase.
Now, should we all guess first, or should you just tell us your stage name?
You can guess.
Uh,
I haven't said my stage name since that day.
Yeah.
obviously, you got to work with your hands a
Yeah.
lot. So, duh, you were Stevie Palms.
Oh, that's
Obviously.
very good.
Pretty close.
Yeah. It was Sleight of Steve
Mm.
Palmisano. Is that
Correct, yeah.
was that correct?
Van was closest.
All right. Isaiah hasn't guessed yet.
Oh,
Give him
sorry,
1 second.
Sorry, Zay.
I was just going to say Magic Steve.
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay.
Good
one.
What are you doing?
That's-
That was later.
Yeah,
That's adult dancing.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
This is in college.
That's when Steve
Gentlemen's
hits a
club.
good shot on the
That's
tennis
That's how,
court.
that's how Steve got through college right there.
That's what they call me on the pickleball court.
Old Magic Steve.
Oh,
So I mean, what was the name?
I didn't have a name.
Okay, that's why your
Sure.
career didn't last.
Mhm.
When I introduced myself, I just said, "Here's Steve."
Like Johnny Carson style.
Yeah. He was
Here's Stevie.
Jack Nicholson style.
Now, what year was this? Because I'm
A
trying to.
long time
Yeah.
ago.
Okay. So I'm going to assume this was in the 70s.
I don't know.
Okay. So I don't think you had a microphone. I think you had one of those big
No, I didn't
cardboard
have it. It was like in
bullhorns.
a living room. I didn't have I just
There was a
spoke.
strange kid in your living room.
No,
Mhm.
that's
Spoiling
my
all
cousin's
of your-
birthday party.
You got booked to play your
Yeah.
cousin's birthday.
Or you pulling rabbits out of your bell bottoms.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you're like, for my
They all
first
died
trick,
before they came out, they're just like dead. No.
for my first trick, I'm going to make the Nixon administration disappear. And that was it.
The rope in the little bottle.
You're in- oh gosh, this is the funniest thing. So yeah, so Van and I, we're on a limited sleep because we stayed up all night long with the magician from the sports book. So there you go.
Yeah, he was fun. He was good.
Very talented. Had my mind blown, and I actually know a lot of card tricks. It's like, oh my God, how did you do that one? Blew my
He
mind
came
multiple
in from,
times.
Virginia. Did I hear that?
I mean, I'm
right?
trying to put his business out there, but I do believe
Baltimore.
I believe maybe Baltimore
'Cause
native by way of Virginia.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Also, they're also close.
Sure.
You know, let's be like the East Coast is not the West
Hmm.
But he came in specifically for that event.
for that event.
Yeah, it was
yeah.
awesome.
So big thank you to Sunny 505. Big thank you to Sandia Sportsbook for having us. It was a lot of fun. When we get back from the break, we will kind of recap the night instead of us just laughing about it. There were a lot of notable sports figures in attendance.
Sure.
We'll talk a little bit about what's going on over there. Isaiah got to sit down with what I believe to be the best New Mexico athlete of all time.
I would have to agree.
And you were able to get some audio. Is that right, Isaiah?
Yes, I did.
Let's pull that up at some point today. We'll put that on because number one, cool moment for you.
Mhm.
And number two, being able to talk about what Nota Begay has done, not just professionally, but what he's done with his foundation and stuff, not just in New Mexico, but across the United States and the world. He is at or near one of the best human beings of all time.
Hard agree.
There's not other verbiage for that. We're at the Duke store. Come by, get 10% off your Perchy. I'm about to get a t-shirt because I am cold. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
This report brought to
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. I, of course, am Fred Slow. Alongside me, Van Nunley. Van.
Yes, sir.
Steve Palmisano's with us at the Albuquerque News Store. Back at the studio is Isaiah Johnson. And if there's any barbers out there that have ever cut a black dude's hair, 505-246-0610, save our boy. He needs a cool lightning strike in the side of his head.
He does.
Needs a little lightning bolt on there.
You know what he's going to do first off? Obviously, the lightning bolt does.
Yeah.
One of those little sport stripes.
When's the last time you lined in a lightning bolt?
You need to do like a Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
You know, the dreads have been growing out since 2017. So 2016, I was casually getting the lightning bolt on the side, left side to be specific.
Strong side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've been there. Done. It is a strong side. I don't know if that's why, but maybe a coincidence. But no, I think I've been there, done that. I'm gonna try to go without the designs from now on.
Just like a regular adult haircut?
Yeah.
Nah, not with what you currently got. Let's get somebody to save you. 505-246-0610. We're trying to line up Zay. So what does Zay fade a lot? Not his hair. Oh, he fades the Cowboys losing. So, yeah.
So can I go back for a second?
Yeah. Oh, please. Welcome back, Steve.
So you got a haircut. You cut off the dreads
Yes, I did.
after 7 years.
Yeah, I trimmed them a lot, but this is the first time I cut them off.
How's that feel?
It's a good
It
question.
felt good. I felt good. I woke up this morning, felt good. Slept really well. Don't know if the hair is affecting that, but slept real well. No, I felt refreshed. I'll feel a lot better once I have an appointment for a barbershop tomorrow morning. This was more of an intrusive thing. Last night I was looking, and I kind of was fading the sides myself anyways, and I was looking at my head, and I was like, it can't really get worse.
No, not with your head. Your head makes it tough.
Like, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the dreads here, and
Oh, you did it yourself.
yeah, cut
Yes, I
everything
missed
off.
that.
Now, did you, I assume because you love attention and there's multiple ladies in your life, did you shoot a video
Yeah.
of the process? Do you have a selfie style recording like whenever we all during COVID couldn't find barbers?
Yeah.
And then at the end, we put our palms together and said, well, that's good enough.
Yeah. I mean, knowing Zay, probably shirtless too.
Yeah,
right?
were you shirtless as well?
You had a shirtless
You definitely
video of you cutting your dreads, right?
My
This
diet-
exists.
My diet doesn't allow me to do that the best, but I took a picture after, before and after, but I don't have I didn't record it during the. It
Didn't
was
get
very,
the process.
You messed
yeah.
up, man.
Yeah.
it was very intrusive. I just decided to do it, and I just cut off the first one. So
Isn't that what everybody your age does? Is like records everything
Yeah. Good
Yeah,
point.
good question,
Good
Steve.
point.
Yeah.
I've noticed
and then
whenever
post it?
whenever I post something and it starts to get a little bit of traction, I have this I feel wired all day long. I don't think I like it. I don't think I like if I post a video or a picture and then it gets a lot of attention. I'm always having the need to go back and keep looking at it, and I don't like doing that. So I kind of left that alone this time around. So I didn't have to keep going and looking, and then all it takes is one person like Fred to get on there and roast me.
Hashtag humble, hashtag blessed, hashtag radio life, hashtag no dreads.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
That's about what I would have put on there. For sure.
Yeah. Because,
Hashtag Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
that's a good one. Yeah. Hashtag fire
Hashtag
Mike McCarthy.
No, not that one.
No, not that one. So, because I would, and I don't have social media, but if you would have done that, I would have got on there and been like hashtag Brit Zaya Spears.
Mm,
And then I would have went down that path of whenever somebody shaves their head for no reason. That would have been my Isaiah Connor.
sure.
Yeah, that would have been my move.
Z.I. Jane.
Oh, that
for
one
sure.
is good.
Uh-huh.
That's a super good one.
When I shaved my head this past summer, it felt fantastic.
Yeah.
I cannot stress to the world enough
Look bad.
how good
Didn't
it
look great.
felt.
No, it was not great.
It was a good look.
Now in the
Yeah.
upcoming election, everyone knew what you were going to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The closer I got to the election, I was like, oh no, I better grow my
Yeah.
hair out. I better grow my hair
Yeah.
out real fast.
No one. You remember at Halloween when you went as American History Malcolm X,
Yeah.
and we said that's a little too edgy, Van.
That's
We
my
don't
last
like
day.
that one.
And I immediately grew 3 inches of hair out the very next
Yeah,
day.
that was-
yeah,
yeah,
that was wild.
What'd you call that move? The
It was
Urlacher? So you called it? We're also going to play Isaiah's interview with Brian Urlacher as he sat down with him yesterday. We didn't record anything yesterday. We just kind of hung out.
Yeah.
It wasn't the most professional move in the history of the boys.
Sure.
Yeah, we were.
I mean, such great company.
Yeah.
A bunch of heavy hitters in the sports and sports entertainment world, newspaper, the TV.
Yeah.
And Steve Palmisano.
More than happy to
He was there too.
chat with you for a little bit.
Hung out with Stan Hubbard for a little bit. I talked a ton of hockey. I have low-key become the biggest hockey fan since you and I broadcast hockey last week.
Yeah.
I guess we haven't done radio together since our Saturday night Ice Wolves broadcast.
We did mention it on Monday. We had Jason Thomas voice the Ice Wolves.
Who's
with
great.
us at Howie's on Monday.
Who's great.
Who is counting his days.
Oh, he's
until
done for.
He's getting bleep canned.
Yeah.
And we're going to step in, obviously.
It'll come slowly, though. They'll say something like this, Steve. They'll say to him, they'll be like, do you think you could do the broadcast a little more like Fred and Van?
Mhm.
And then that's when it starts.
Yeah.
Yeah. The sorry for you, JT.
One of the most talented guys I've ever met.
At the very end, we're walking out and like we're going down these stairs at the ice arena, and Van turns to me and it's like he says it, but I'm thinking he goes, well, I can't believe it was that fun. And I'm like, I also cannot believe it was that fun.
It wasn't fair either that we got to call the greatest match in the history of
That
Ice
is
Wolves
correct.
hockey.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like down to Steve with like a minute left. They
Hockey
pull the
match.
goalie. Yeah. Well, match up.
Sure.
Hockey matchup.
Yeah, it's a match. It's
Yeah.
not
I
a
can only
game. It's a
imagine
hockey
how
match.
it went.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It was so good. Well, we have the entire final 11 minutes of it if you would like.
Is it somewhere?
Because the final, yeah, I have it. Like, yes, I have it. But it's on NAHL TV, which is, I guess, a big deal in the hockey world, which I
Yeah.
also didn't know because the social media was very kind to us. But anyways, the conclusion of the story, they're chasing 2 with a minute. They pull the goalie twice.
Yep.
They end up equalizing with 1 second left.
Yeah, 0.8 seconds.
0.8 seconds left in the
equalizer.
game.
2 goals.
2 goals.
2 goals in the last minute.
Yeah.
Isn't that
The
very-
equalizer being 0.8 seconds.
We'll like what team was it? I think it was 2015, 2016. Was it the U.S. won a hockey match just like that? They scored like 2 goals in the last second. I can't say
Was it the
So,
Ice
my,
Wolves?
My hockey fandom started
On Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday. Don't ask me anything about hockey before that, please.
So hanging out with Stan and the world of hockey, that was a lot of fun over the weekend. Also, no pressure. We're going to make a Duke's ice hockey Ice Wolves jersey. Steve, going to make
Let's
that.
go.
Yeah, what's
We
that
talked
called? A
about that.
collab?
Collaboration.
A collaboration? Different colorways?
Crossover
That'd be
event.
awesome.
That would be all. It was so that was
We share the same colors.
Pretty easy.
New Mexico.
Yep.
Those are the ones. Yeah, those are the ones you should have. They're the best mashup in the state. Best mashup.
I think it would be fantastic.
I agree. So it was super good. And then
maybe I could go to a match one
you could go with us.
and,
Yep.
and watch an equalizer.
Starring
By the way,
Denzel
it was-
Washington.
Yeah.
And by the way, it was the Blackhawks. The reason I thought
Oh.
you went because I was in Illinois and it was Chicago, so it felt like a universal thing.
Oh, sure.
Hey,
One of the best logos in hockey,
what is?
Blackhawks.
Oh, it is. What about it?
I love it.
Yeah, they're still standing strong. The
Yeah.
people who came from Washington's coming for them.
Sure.
They are?
It ain't going anywhere.
That's
in the
not
next
going
4
anywhere.
years.
That's like a
Yeah.
prideful one.
For at least 4 years. That ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, that's not a weird racist rendition like the Cleveland Indians logo with the big teeth and the dumb
Yeah.
stuff. Like this is like a proud. This is like a super proud like Warriors crest. Like
Sure.
I'm in on the Blackhawks
There's
logo.
a difference. Big difference.
Florida State's got a good one. You don't ever change that. That's
Strong.
got a good one.
Mhm.
The Braves got a good one.
Those are all like complimentary terms.
Yes.
Indian and Redskin aren't very flattering to First Nation indigenous populations.
I was in Illinois whenever the Illini got rid of Chief Illinook, and like 1 or 2 people were very verbal about being upset,
Mhm.
and that was it. The list was
Yeah.
real short after that.
Also, get a hobby, guys.
In the next 4
Find-
years,
find
you
a
can do
purpose.
anything you want.
Like, find a purpose. Like, don't wrap your whole identity in somebody's team name.
Unless
whether
you're
it's
Steve
offensive-
Palmisano and you own the Dukes, then
Yeah.
do it. Like that's I have a Duke City Championship Wrestling koozie right in front of me. Like, I feel like,
Which is strong.
yeah, which
That
is
is
incredibly
very
strong. That's what I'm
good.
saying. Like, if you have one, or if you're associated strongly with, I'm also in on that. Like, if you work for a team, cool, rep that team. You work for a brand,
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, go with that.
The logo was based on Chief Blackhawk, a leader of the Sauk tribe, who was a key figure in the War of 1812 and the Black Hawk War of 1832.
Let's go.
It's awesome.
If you ask me to name wars, 1812, not making the probably top 10 of my list.
1812? That was a good one.
Okay, today's I-9 varsity, the I-9 varsity of wars.
Oh,
Today's I-9 varsity.
good one.
Yep, the I-9 varsity of wars. It's 2 Men On, live from the Albuquerque Dew Store, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are at the Albuquerque Duke store. Come hang out with us if you want to hang out with us. Got a fun program today at 5 o'clock. Isaiah is going to play a couple interviews he got yesterday with notable game Brian Urlacher. So we're excited about that as he's going to lead you at the top of the hour. So that's going to be a real positive for the program. We got a fun guest this afternoon. So Van, at 6 o'clock, Leslie Coe is going to join us. She's the APS activities manager. And APS is doing a drive out hunger. So that's November 16th from 10 to 4. It's over at that APS headquarters. So that's 6400 over there in Uptown. It's like the APS building next to that real creepy black building.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The Darth Vader building.
It looks
Vader
like Darth
building.
Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right over there. But what they're doing is they're filling a truck to benefit the APS McKinney-Vento warehouse. Are you guys familiar with McKinney-Vento and kind of everything that is? Kids that do not have homeless. It helps homeless kids. It allows them to go to school in a district, even if they don't have an address. It's a cool program. And most needed items includes cheese, peanut butter, crackers, beef jerky. It's non-perishable stuff. Applesauce, pudding, fruit cups, granola bars. So we'll talk with her about that because they have a cool event going on. That's November the 16th, 10 to 4. I think we mentioned last week Roadrunner Food Bank was on with us. They're doing a thing over Johnson Field with Roadrunner Food, or excuse me, with the Aardvarks, and that's a cool event. Obviously, Washington State Cougars are in town playing the UNM Lobo football team this Saturday. Also, the Black Crows are in town over at Route 66. So it's going to be a banger of a little Saturday.
Sure.
It's going to be a good Saturday for helping peoples. The big story in the world of sports yesterday was in the NBA as Steph Curry beat up on the Dallas Mavericks. And this is a story that's happened a lot throughout the history of the NBA. So that's not worth mentioning. But what was worth mentioning was Klay Thompson, who was playing for Dallas, who I believe has been having the best year he could possibly have after leaving Golden State. He loses in a tough one. If you're a Klay Thompson fan like I am, if you're a fan of the most predictable possible outcome, Steph Curry winning is that. So that story, I guess, continues. These teams will play again. It won't be as important or as big of a deal as the first time. But Steph Curry greater than symbol Klay Thompson.
What was really interesting about this one is, Steph and Klay, even through all of, the Warriors, they didn't have that much adversity on the back end, but even, in the bad times, they never were at odds, or you never saw them butt heads. And I don't think they are now. I think they're still very cool. But for those watching the live stream, I have "You Ain't Want to Stay Here" in all caps, because Steph, after hitting that banger of a three-pointer, as we just saw him do for the Olympic team, we've seen him do more later in his career. He's been doing it in the clutch when it really matters, which is cool to see.
I need to remind you of Davidson, but keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, David, but in the NBA for a long time, Steph would choke a little bit. He would choke a little bit. His shot would fall off in the big games, 100%, and that's why they needed KD. 73-9 Warriors, they lost because Steph wasn't able to be Steph that series. I don't know what happened. But
LeBron James.
that has a lot to do with it. But Steph runs to the camera and he's screaming, "You ain't want to stay here. You don't want to stay here." And he's yelling that into the camera, and that can only be directed at one person. And it's one of those things, like your brother leaves you, you're not going to publicly, be at odds with him. But deep down, I think Steph is a little hurt that Klay, maybe didn't stay in Golden State. So after he hit that final shot, he just let all of his emotion out and is screaming into the camera. And I haven't seen him that lit in a long time.
Well, I was at the tail end of a 12-0 run by Steph Curry. He was absolutely on fire. Him and Klay are still on good terms. They're still friends. Like,
The whole league is friends.
Both Steph Curry and Steve Kerr have no hard feelings at all. They had a good opportunity. He would have made double what he'd make if he stayed in Golden State. Like, they did their thing. Splash Brothers had to come to an end eventually.
Just put it on the list of one more guy that Steph Curry has done the little go to sleep hand motion to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's kind of the end of the story. Like, everyone's all tucked in. Like, you guys did great.
Yeah, Klay was like, seen him make people go to sleep so many times in his career.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time, he got his little nappy boy. And he was like, "Oh, is that what it feels like? This is awful."
And
Yeah,
good for TNT. I'm gonna like a good Tuesday night game. Like there's been some
Yeah.
snoozers. Like the TNT on Tuesdays been putting people to sleep.
They're not all winners for sure.
I miss the days where Tuesdays was always NBA game time, and then Wednesday was TNT with the back-to-back, usually very good games. Those were the best days. I think they ended in like what 2011,
Oh,
2012.
gosh, I have no idea.
Yeah, NBA game time and on Tuesdays. But yeah, this is an awesome game. And Steph and Clay, they didn't have any type of extended, I know maybe it was like, I'll see you after the game. Like our families are going to get together and have dinner, which is more possible with those two than anybody else.
Sure.
But it was a quick, little hug and keep on about your way. And I think Steph he's a little hurt that Clay maybe didn't want to take a pay cut and stay. I don't know what happened. But I think,
yeah, I hear you 100% up until that last part. Because I'm going to tell you, they're all just
competitive.
friends. Yeah, they're
It's
competitive.
Steph Curry's not going to lose to
No.
Klay Thompson.
Heck no. No, but he ain't hurt. He ain't mad at him. Like they're
Very, very rarely in the NBA or any sport at all do people like actually real life big time hate each other.
no.
Kevin Garnett says that him and Ray Allen still cannot look each other. And Kevin Garnett hates Ray Allen for going to Miami, and it is still to this day he has not let it go. And he also says that Boston Big Three, they actually have issues with the Heat Big Three. Like if they were to see, they don't like those guys. Kevin Garnett went on he said that that was a real thing. Paul Pierce, Garnett, Rondo, they don't like Allen, and they don't like LeBron and Wade and those guys.
I don't believe it. That's still for show. They get face to face. They're friends.
The only guy that's not liked is Grayson Allen. The rest of them, they're all fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
by me, he's loved.
Yeah, he's.
This was Steph. I mean, Steph screaming in the camera, "You ain't want to stay here. Like you don't want to stay here. You didn't want to be here." I mean, he's not talking to the fans. He's talking to Clay. So
it's the same thing. It's the same thing when Jordan would practice with those guys like at the USA team. I mean, Jordan wasn't losing to anybody, anytime, anywhere. It
Sure.
doesn't matter. That's the same competitive
When these
edge
guys,
that you have to have.
You
And
have
I think
to.
that Curry has.
yeah. Well, and he has it with the whole league. That's why he beats them all the time.
Correct.
And as far as like the rivalry stuff goes, and like I'll be this guy right now, and it gets a little dark with the sentence, but it's 100% true. Guys like Kevin Garnett or guys like whoever who has claimed, I don't know, objection to someone else. Nearly all those guys said, "I am so very sorry" after Kobe Bryant died. Kobe Bryant died, and they all forgave each other for everything.
Sure.
And realized it was not for a single reason to keep doing any of this. And I don't have any of those. That's all anecdotal from what I understand. But I bet you if you look any of that stuff up, there's a something come to God, something.
Right.
Yeah, if harm were to come to one of my people. And that's what happened to all these guys because they had that linchpin that was Kobe Bryant. And then when they lost him, it was, we're all actually pretending.
Sure.
Yeah.
I did a lot. Yeah, we got Wayne on the line. He wants to chime in also.
Friend of the show, Wayne, welcome to the program. We are at the Duke store, and you are on the phone.
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. I think what killed a lot of the rivalries is the whole free agency and salary caps and stuff like that because people were able to stay in teams a lot longer and people were able to keep them. But with people moving and switching and there's no loyalty to a team these days. There's a loyalty to the money. And you start seeing players get moved around so often that it's kind of hard to really get a true rivalry out of anybody, like out of any teams, out of any players. I mean, you see almost every year you watch NBA, and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't know he was even on that team because they just get the better teams usually just get the better free agencies, and you really don't have those rivalries anymore. But I definitely guarantee that there is animosity and tensions built up initially at that time. Because any male who's competitive is going to initially have animosity to that person that they're competing against for that initial time. But as any human does, emotions come and go, and people forgive and forget and realize it's just a game. But I do see that what really killed it was the money involved in a lot of these things. I think I probably beat this to the dead horse, but I do think NFL losing the salary cap and now having to be on a salary cap hurt a lot of franchises that could have probably and kept teams together longer than they could have because of the fact that they couldn't pay these guys anymore. But I see that a lot. I mean, I had this weekend, it was a rough weekend for me. I had an incident with our youth team, and I had a coach attack me and beat me up over a youth game. So I know that there's passion behind a lot of that stuff, but you got to move past it and realize it's just a game. But I had to chime in on that, guys. I hope you guys are doing well, and good talking to you.
Yeah, I mean, that takes it's just a game to a whole another level.
Yeah.
Like whoever has enough emotion for amateur sports of children, you need to look in the mirror. Take a long look in the mirror because you are a loser of epic proportions.
We work with a lot of youth organizations on this show and in the community. There are some that we don't, and it is by choice. Yeah, because there's an acceptance of some behavior. Wayne was on the phone before he dropped a little bit the bomb of just how aggressive and youth sports can be. I did a quick Google search. The big three that we were talking about with the Celtics, they all spent a ton of time together during opening night of the season when the Celtics put up their banner. So I mean, they're all kind of dressed like Sprite bottles, which was kind of stupid. But they're all three best friends again. Mm-hmm. So there you go. So yeah, I'm always convinced that any specifically forced narrative is for. I mean, it's for ticket sales. It's for ratings. I don't buy into any of it.
Here's the big thing, though. The competitive thing is true, but the big difference with this is, and I almost could use you guys as an example of you guys, Fred and Van. It's like you have Steph and Clay, right? And you guys go through so much together. And then I think that what really happened is Clay felt betrayed by the Warriors organization and the fans. I don't know if he maybe thought he was a lowball or what it was, but something drove him out of Golden State that wasn't Steph. So then he leaves. All right. And I think from that standpoint, yes, they're competitive. I think Steph, I mean, he's going to get hyped for any game winner he wins. But that one was different because it's against his brother who he feels like left him. And I think, of course he understands why. And you can understand why. But then where I do think competitive matters, but I think that little thing deep down, he's like, my brother left me and he could have still been here, which is why he then went and is chanting into the camera, you didn't want to stay here. He didn't say that in any interview when he was calm. He only said that at the peak of his emotions in that moment, and then he hasn't said anything like that since.
Sure. Or maybe
it's not like you don't need a psychiatrist to sit down and figure this out. The Mavericks paid him double.
Yeah.
They paid him double.
He didn't leave Steph.
He was going to get for safe.
He went to no income tax.
Yeah. He got paid double. His bonus, he gets to play with Luka.
Use words like brother, which I don't super love in this world, but I'm in on it for this conversation. He's not upset that his brother left. He's pumped that his brother got paid.
Sure.
Like that's the real emotion.
Yeah. See you in San Tropez.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was that he was yelling in the camera after he hit that shot? He's just ticket sales for the next Warriors Mavericks game.
Yes.
Oh, 100%. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know if Curry's does that.
I think he doesn't at all ever.
Curry's not that weak.
Yeah. He's also never defrauded charitable organizations when working on housing projects. We know him so well. It's 2 Men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool Drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
KG40BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque.
The sports animal. Proud to be a Cumulus media station.
Even if they're not that proud of us.
2 Men On. With your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. With producer Isaiah Johnson. On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The sports animal.
Check it out, check it out. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. It's time to rock. Hey, yo, the party.
So Isaiah Johnson here from 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. I'm here with pro golfer Noda Begay. And Noda, the first thing I want to ask you is I want to ask about the rise of First Nation golfers who were inspired by your success.
Well, we've seen a number of really high-quality golfers kind of elevate themselves to the NCAA Division I collegiate level. The only golfer right now from a First Nations background is Ricky Fowler on the PGA Tour, which everybody who knows golf knows Ricky. He's been wonderful. He's a quarter Navajo from Navajo Nation, which, you know, we all here in New Mexico are very familiar with the Navajo Nation. But New Mexico State, ironically, even though we are in the hotbed of UNM Lobo country, has the only 2 native golfers in Division I. So a lot of props to go to Mike Dirks for giving those guys a chance. Aiden Thomas went to St. Pius, was an NB3 Foundation kid, is one of their top players, and they just came off winning a huge collegiate event that I hosted and we broadcast on the Golf Channel. So
Nice.
A lot of cool things happening in golf here in the state. And these golf properties that we have, like here at Sandia, are second to none. I'll take these properties against any property in America. Anybody can come out and play. They're in impeccable shape. There's no houses. You just come out and enjoy the scenery.
That's awesome. Okay, and I also want to ask you about your early golf influences. So I want to ask you what got you interested in the game to start everything off?
Well, you got to give a lot of credit to Don Zamora over at Ladera Golf Course. He's no longer there. He's in San Antonio, but he gave me my shot. He gave me a job at the age of 9 to come out and practice and play and work, and he gave me access to the game. Golf's one of those games where there's facilities issue. If you don't have access to facilities and good equipment, you're going to really struggle. And he helped me overcome those 2 big obstacles. And then through my hard work and determination, I did the rest.
Awesome. Noda Begay here, and I don't want to keep you too much longer, Noah. So the final question I want to ask you is I want to ask about your transition from golfer to golf commentator and influencer, and what was that like?
Well, you know, going from golf to golf commentator is not easy. I mean, it looks easy. You're in media. No, there are certain things that you have to learn technique-wise and how to understand the moment and what you're projecting. And so I think the biggest thing is I have all these years of experience in golf, and I want to be able to utilize that experience to help other golfers. And the Golf Channel and NBC Sports have given me that opportunity through that job.
Awesome, Noda. Thank you so much. Great interview. Alrighty, so that was Noda. That one went super smooth, and you know I didn't have too much time with them because when they would get done initially with the ribbon cutting, they came about and they had the little people with them, and they kind of were telling me to pick things up and hurry it up. So I got.
You don't have to listen to them. You do whatever you want.
That was Noda, and then here goes Mr. Brian. Okay, so the first thing I want to ask you is coming out of Albuquerque. You were off, but you want to go high?
No.
That you would, you think stands out from the rest of the state.
Well, number one, I'm gonna say the people. People are great here, but the food, man.
Yes.
So when I left right away, I guess I didn't realize how good I had it with the food here. I missed all the local spots, obviously, and then just so good, man. You could go to any of the Mexican restaurants you wanted to go to. They're all good.
Mm-hmm.
And Blake Slaughter Burger,
Yes.
great. I don't know if you've had that yet, but that's one of my favorite spots. But the people, number one, and then the food, number two.
Yes. Okay, so don't laugh at me, but I'm a Cowboys fan, okay?
Dude, so am I. So I grew up in New Mexico. So obviously I played for the Bears, so I'm a Bears fan, but I grew up in New Mexico, so I'm a Cowboys fan. We are getting our asses whooped right now.
So this is what I want to ask you. Now, I'm not going to ask you to throw anybody under the bus or anything.
Because I won't anyway. But
Yes, but when it comes to discipline and penalties on an NFL football team, because I know in college you'll just run more. High school, you'll run more.
Yeah.
In the NFL, is it a coach that is influencing the penalties, or is it a player-led thing, and should it be the players holding each other accountable?
I'm a big, what's the way I want to put this? I think the players should hold themselves accountable. I don't think a coach, and if you're doing, there's some things you can practice to avoid, but you need to hold yourself accountable as a player for penalties. There's dumb penalties. There's penalties that are going to happen. You know, the way the game goes, sometimes they happen. Holdings, PI, stuff like that. Those things happen. But when they're dumb penalties, the players need to be held accountable. I'm not sure how much a coach can do during a game about certain penalties.
Okay, but
after the whistle penalties, just stupidity.
Yeah, or pre-snap penalty. Those are the ones that are really killing us.
Yeah, it's us as in the Cowboys.
Yeah, yes. Us as in the Cowboys, and now that we're Cowboys
there's
fans.
There's a lot of things killing the Cowboys right now, man. It's been frustrating. Injuries, number one, but every team has injuries. It's been a frustrating season so far. I'm not giving up.
Yeah,
but
really.
So far, it's been very frustrating. This is Brian Urlacher, and make sure you tune into Tailgate Talk with DC and Zay for your NFL talk on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. Sorry, the sports animal.
So how cool is that? And I also felt, I know Urlacher grew up here in Albuquerque and everything. And Fred, I got your mic back hot.
Oh,
I know
the way you should.
Yes, of course. And with Urlacher, you know, I know he's from Albuquerque, but I thought it was cool that he said the sports animal and then rewrapped it and said the sports animal. I was like, that's a true Albuquerque man right there.
Well, and you know, he's got a fun story because, you know, Lovington, where he's from, is now known as the city where he's from. You know what I mean? I think Lovington is, I mean, I might be being generous here, 10,000 people. You know, it's not, but it's kind of like similar to where you grew up. It's in the shadow of an oil refinery. You know, it's like there were all the reasons in his life that he should not have gone to become, you know, a D1 football player, NFL player, cover of a video game, you know, playing in a Super Bowl, not victorious in a Super Bowl, but you know, that's tough. But with that said, he is a very New Mexico prideful dude, and we've had him on the show before, and it's been mixed emotion. Van Nunley rejoining us. It's been mixed emotion because he's talked pretty tough at times about UNM athletics. He's talked pretty tough at times about the direction of the football program, and for him to come on and be able to celebrate sports in New Mexico that isn't directly the UNM like athletic program, I thought it was outstanding to have him back in the community, and hopefully the way you just mentioned, Isaiah, reinvigorates his excitement for all things athletics here in the state.
I was going to say, you know, Lobo Talk didn't get to air yesterday, but it's built in here to air after this show at 7. So I want to hear what he had to say.
It was good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, he sat down yesterday and did a real good job. And you know, there was a lot going on with the Lobos yesterday. They had basketball yesterday. Their leadership was out there. We got to talk to Dave Williams for a little bit and talk about the program. And I think and you might correct me, Isaiah, if you know different, but I think in my last 7 years here, Van, last Friday was the best day of Lobo athletics I'd ever seen. I think that. I mean, winning the Mountain West Championship of basketball was huge.
Big deal.
But it's not like your two signature programs won on the same day at basically the exact same time.
Huge. I would have it ranked definitely on Rushmore.
Yeah.
Of New Mexico athletics days. And maybe number 2 all time. Because if we're talking like just University of New Mexico Lobos, it's way up there. In New Mexico in general, on the same night, the Lobos beat a ranked Boise State team, and Holly Holm knocked out Ronda Rousey. Like, that was an insane day in the history of New Mexico athletics. But that's not Lobo specific, you know, because UFC.
Well, and I mean, who knows what Hobo Hank did that night too. You know,
also, Rude Boy, friend of the show, Rude Boy, speaking of last night's sports book, he says he wants to get on and talk about that a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do that. Welcome to the program, friend of the show, Rude Boy. Rude Boy, welcome. How are you?
It's Rude Dog.
Oh,
Rude Dog.
Rude Dog. That's on me.
Isaiah was busy. He was busy.
Was playing in the background. I'm sorry.
He was thinking about Jamaica and Rude Boy.
That's what he was doing. Rude Dog, welcome.
I just wanted to let you guys know that I was the first one to place a bet with Joseph behind the counter at the New Sandia Sportsbook.
Now, what was the bet? That's the question.
I went with the overs in the Thunder game and the Laker game.
Did they hit?
I don't know. They go on here in a little while.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, here we go.
Tonight. That's awesome.
I think I need a plan on how I'm going to cash in. Like, am I going daily? Am I going to go once a week? Am I going to go watch the game? I feel like it's going to get real easy for me to be at Sandia a lot. That's my energy.
Yeah.
Hard agree.
Yes, I'm pretty much out at one of the books pretty much 5-6 days out of the week.
We were having a talk last night with Scott Isham of Isham Dental about just how bad we're going to be during March Madness.
Sure.
We said this venue and this possibility, like whatever a VIP private table thing costs, like we'll just win it back, right, boys?
Sure.
Like it's a sure thing.
There you go.
Just imagine sportsbook, prize picks, and a bracket going at the same time is going to be hectic.
Dang. Steve, we have to back Van with the Duke because he's our best friend.
Okay.
Cooper flag.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put our future on Duke and the Yankees.
Oh,
I got you both.
Oh, look at us.
And take the Thunder with you over tonight.
Back that. Yeah.
Good call, Rude Dog. Appreciate you, brother.
He says thanks.
I like that. I like that he said that on his way out.
That's cool. You get to be the first. I hope he took a selfie. I hope he got a picture because that's historic.
Now, he could have done what Isaiah did, which was Isaiah was actually the first, and then immediately afterwards shaved his dreadlocks and was also the second.
Nice.
But he fooled them. He fooled them at the checkout.
I thought the president of Sandia Pueblo was the first.
President, governor?
Yeah, the governor.
You're probably right, but we're talking about citizens.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the masses.
The populace.
Today it opened to the public, so he was probably the first today.
Not the bourgeoisie, the proletariat, Steve.
Yeah, Steve. You know, that's Steve's problem.
I don't even know what he said. What did he say?
Yeah.
That's the thing here. You can't govern a body that can't be governed. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Whenever I swear to God, Steve, do
you want to know my bet? I've been waiting to talk about my bet.
And the payout.
I thought we did.
And the payout. No,
when we get back, you said Yankees future.
That was one of them.
Oh, okay.
Okay. When we get back from the break, Steve gives you his bet. It's 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Sports Hammer live from the Duke Store. Come hang out with us. Simpers it off.
The construction zone, slowdowns in both directions. Watch your speed going through there. Also, a little bit more congestion right now westbound on Paseo. That starts at I-25. That'll last until the river. Also, slowdowns on Alameda westbound as you approach 2nd Street. And as a reminder, west of the city, westbound on I-40, just past Route 66 Casino Hotel, we are seeing quite a bit of slowdowns and backups in that area. Do be aware of that if you're traveling out that way.
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are 40 short minutes away from Leslie Coe joining us. She's the APS Activities Manager. Talk about a big drive they got going on over there, helping some kids. Kids helping kids, Van.
Ooh, I like helping kids.
That's my stuff. We're back from the break where we have two options. We can either listen to what Steve's bet was last night at the sports book, or anything else in the whole world.
Nobody wants to know.
All right, so Steve, you bet on the Yankees to win the World Series. That's the first bet you placed at the sports book.
Correct.
Okay. What are the odds? What is it right now? They're not favored.
My potential winnings is $70.
Okay.
All right. How big was this bet?
$10 bet.
Okay.
All right. All right.
So they're favored.
That's not what that means.
Plus 700. Yeah, they have to be favored because it's not a very big payout. $10.
Okay.
You still think that's what that means?
I don't. You know what? They're one of the top.
Negative is when it's favored.
I know that.
So if you, okay. All right, so,
I, on the other hand, do, and that is correct.
Right. Okay, so they're not favored.
So if they were favored, you would have bet $70 to win 10.
Correct. But I'm just saying the odds.
One of the favorites.
One of the favorites.
You're actually using Hunger Games rules. The odds are forever
Sure
in your favor.
That is. We just spoke about that.
Okay.
In the break, did we not?
We did not. No,
yes, we did.
We talked about the Hunger Games.
No, the odds being in my favor.
Okay.
In general.
Yeah, this is going swimmingly.
So what else?
All right, I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 team parlay.
Okay, it didn't say that at the time. You had to count it.
Those
Just
hit
want to make
all
sure I
the
know
time.
what I'm talking about. Doesn't say that. It's
okay, yeah.
Actually.
All right.
You want to know the potential winnings or the max payout?
Both.
Potential winnings, $445.
Yo.
Okay, that's a big one on a $10 bet.
That's so many Dukes hats.
That's correct. Max payout is $455.
That is so what's a Dukes hat cost? $40. So that's 11 Dukes hats.
Yeah.
Get the whole collection.
First team
except
in
for
the
you'd still be
16
20
parlay.
short.
Oh, okay. Sorry. First team in the 16.
The Minnesota parlay.
Okay.
Minnesota Vikings -6. I took the points in the parlay.
Okay. Now, are you familiar with money line and point, or do you need me to explain that to Isaiah?
You can explain it to Isaiah.
Okay.
We don't have enough time to
Because I
explain this to
just
Isaiah.
said
Yep. Thank you
took
for
the
that one.
points.
Okay. Yep. So Minnesota with the points. Who are they playing?
-6. Tennessee.
Okay. That seems like a safe bet
I
to
like
me.
that
That's a
one.
good one.
Yeah.
Green
Go ahead and
Bay.
explain the money line when you want, Fred.
Oh, okay. So money line, Isaiah. All right. So the points is the amount a team has to win by, and money line is just picking the winner.
Mhm.
And now you won't get the same return on your bet based on money line versus based on points. Now, if you believe the spread is incorrect, you should then take the team that is not favored with the money line for a greater payout percent, but then you don't get the buffer of the money line.
So
I mean, of
point
the
is like a
spread.
goblin. So the point is like a goblin, and the money line's like no goblin or demon.
Oh, hold on.
Or demon. Point is like
Hold
a
on,
demon.
I'm thinking it
No,
through.
no, because they're both exactly even odds, but you just have to pay more for one.
Yeah.
Well, oh, okay. I thought the spread. I
The
thought
spread,
picking
the
spread would give you more.
spread makes it 50-50 with the VIG. The money line is also 50-50, but you're going to have to pay more for one team, whether it's the favorite, or pay less for one team that's the dog.
So, like,
Okay,
friend,
I'm gonna Google VIG real quick.
Nice.
so Steve is, you said Minnesota 6? Is that what you said?
-6.
-6. So the game starts, Isaiah, 0 to -6.
Mhm.
So they have to score twice. They have to get to 7 before it counts as 1.
That's one way to look at it.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Mhm.
Okay, I like that one. They say the scoreboard's always 0.
Who says that?
Sounds
Not at the
Your high
sports
school
book.
coach, probably.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like a team that loses a lot,
Yeah.
Or gives up leads.
a team that's always chasing. All right, sorry, Steve. So you have
Green Bay at Chicago.
That's a big one
I got
Yeah.
Green Bay -6
on the road
on the road.
against the first overall draft pick quarterback, the future star of this league, in his home stadium.
Is he
Right
even
in the
playing?
middle of a mutiny.
Yeah.
And a snowstorm, I would assume,
Yeah.
statistically.
Washington Commanders at Philadelphia. At Washington +3.5.
I love this.
So you like all these so far?
Repeat the
-6,
last one, Steve.
Washington +3.5 against the Eagles
Ooh.
on the road.
Philadelphia or Boston College?
Yes.
Okay.
If yeah, it's Philadelphia.
Oh, good.
I'm going to leave that game out of my slip.
Next one, Baltimore Ravens -3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers at Pittsburgh.
Ooh.
All these are on the road.
Dicey.
Yeah, favorite on the
realize I
road. Yeah,
Taking all the
Dicey.
roadies.
Dicey.
a lot of traditionally there's a lot of road upsets every week in the NFL. So
Yeah, Steelers. I don't know that Russell Wilson's going to continue his.
I think he will.
There's only half of a season's worth of evidence of him playing well.
Yeah.
But besides
So
that,
this is the game that he's not.
who knows?
Only every opportunity he's had, he has. Look at my fantasy
He's
team.
only played well every game so far.
Yeah, statistically.
Statistically, yeah. Real life and statistics.
Yeah. The only that this is number 5 out of 6. The only one I have at home. Denver -2
Okay.
Okay.
against Atlanta.
That's scary, but I like it.
Ooh.
2, I'll take the 2. That's basically just
Mm.
picking Denver to win.
The last
Scary.
Do you want to
That's
hear the last
scary.
one?
Now, is Desmond Ritter the quarterback of any of those teams?
I don't know who that is.
All right.
I don't think so.
Yeah, the Broncos just almost beat Kansas City. Should have beat Kansas City. Before then, they played real well.
Till Taylor Swift worked her dark magic.
She made all the photographers stand up, stand up.
That's what she said to him.
As I walk by, yeah, they make them stand up as she walks by.
Oh, so they don't take pictures of her
Yeah.
legs?
Pretty much. That's what they said.
Stand up, said Taylor Swift.
That's wild, if that's true.
It is true. There was video of it.
That's crazy.
I think she had I think they said because she had a short. I don't know if they were shorts or a skirt, and they didn't want her.
No
getting
accidental upskirts.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Well,
they make
quote
them all
unquote
stand up.
accidental.
Yeah.
Right.
Some photographers be like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
In
But this was
Japan,
at,
all
like, at the
cameras
game
have
you
to
know,
have shutter
in
sounds.
the tunnel going into the stadium.
Where was it at?
Their last game, Kansas City, wherever she was at.
That was in Denver or Kansas City?
I think it must have been in Denver.
Repeat that fun fact about Japan, Fred.
All cameras have to have shutter sound noises. It's a law.
Because they are super creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Last game.
Okay.
Houston and Dallas.
Oh boy, Steve, what'd you do?
Well, I'm betting on Houston
Mm-hmm.
-7.5.
Yeah, that's a
Safe
man who
bet.
cares about his money.
Yeah.
So whenever I do that, Dallas wins. So it's kind of
It's a win-win.
yeah. So I'm sacrificing $455 so the Cowboys will get a win.
All right. Well, first of all, it's not sacrificing. You gambled it. Like, we need to be very clear. That's not money you have currently that you're losing. That's money that you gambled.
Oh, thanks for pointing that out.
So you don't need to waste money for the Cowboys to win.
No,
Jerry Jones is already doing that himself. He's wasting so much money on that team. Don't
So, yeah.
follow suit.
I think that's a pretty good little 6-teamer.
You're about to be a self-made hundredaire, Steve.
Mhm. 455.
That
What do
Washington game scares me, but I'm going to knock on wood for you, and I'm rooting for you.
Thank you, sir.
What are you going to do with all your winnings? Are you going to get another television to put at the other end of the Dukes team
It's a great
store?
I
question.
am going to hire the magician to
Okay,
come to the store
that's awesome.
for 2 hours.
Okay, you're going to be missing a lot of shirts.
You're acting like you're not jealous that we hung out with this sweet magician all
I
night?
already said that I was. I wish I would have stayed. I didn't know you guys were staying.
Yeah, neither did we.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, Fred told me there was a chance you guys would be there late, and I got home about 8:15, and I was like, it's probably
should have went.
Over.
Well, I had all the best intentions, just hanging out, saying hi to some people and leaving, but I was having so much fun. I felt obligated to hang out and have fun with my friends and coworkers and, sports entertainment family. And then a magician till 1 a.m.
It was actually really fun. There was a good crowd there, good group of people. I had a good time.
I have a highlight of the night. Natalie Bodie's boyfriend, nicest guy I ever met in my whole life.
Super nice.
That was the nicest dude. Like, top to bottom of the whole thing. Do you still have Hunter Stovall's phone number?
Yeah.
So Hunter Stovall, one time, he used to play for the Ice Tips, invited us on like a, what was that called? Like a
you shoot
pigs from a helicopter?
Shoot wild boars with automatic weapons out of a helicopter?
Have you ever heard of this?
Cruise control, fly backwards. The bullet goes through the propeller, and takes down the helicopter.
Oh, that wouldn't be any good.
I would be more concerned.
How many times have you watched Rambo?
Yeah.
I feel like the hog shooting thing would be cool, but then randomly you'd be laying down and then you just hit you all at once. You would just start getting flashbacks of all the hogs' lives that you ended, and you'd never be able to live it down.
You know what happens when that happens? You say, Hakuna Matata.
Oh, my goodness.
How about a BLT?
So do you land and pick up what you shot? Do you take it home? What do you do with it? Just leave it?
Thanksgiving's around the corner.
No, the feral hogs will eat it.
It's ridiculous.
That's terrible.
It is terrible.
They grow tusks and dreadlocks, Steve. They change. They're not the sweet little piggies anymore.
I don't know anything about hides.
Mm-hmm.
As far as like natural fabrics, like animal fabrics. I primarily wear plastic.
Sure.
Most of my clothes are plastic.
True.
If I had a hide that I
shot
and tanned, is that the correct verb, man?
I believe so.
I would create like an oven mitt or something out of it that I could utilize regularly.
Didn't you just get one in the swag bag?
That is true. That's a good point. I forgot to mention
oven mitts at the swag bag.
that we got oven mitts in our swag bag last night. What is our life?
Very weird. Then we got swag bags at the Sandia Sportsbook event last night.
I really should have came.
And then I just went to the bar and had an open air market with my swag bag, and I traded all of my items for sleeves of golf balls. One of the items in the bag was a sleeve of golf balls, and I just kept telling everybody, "Hey, you want this dad hat? Oh, you do? It's all it's going to cost you is those 3 golf balls."
Van was like, "I'll trade you my oven mitt and Fred's oven mitt for golf balls."
Yeah.
And then there were people clapping with oven mitts.
It was very funny.
It was brilliant. And I've never lost a golf ball because I fling golf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got 5 sleeves of golf balls through bartering, which will last me a whole summer or 1 round at Paco.
Yeah. Your next charity golf event.
We're going to Paco on Friday.
For what?
It's beautiful.
I will lose 0 golf balls.
It is beautiful. I bet even you being a flinger would lose balls at Paco.
No.
Like 3 feet off the green is grass that you can lose a brand new shiny golf ball in. It is rough.
Why would I throw it there?
It is rough out there. Okay. Yeah. Why don't I just hit my drive down the middle every time?
That's what I do.
Okay.
You don't hit a drive down the middle.
I fling.
You fling a drive 120 yards, and then we have to wait for you to go get your ball.
Not in a foursome.
Load up your fling stick.
I don't go off the tee in a foursome.
That's a good point. You're too short out of the box in a scramble to use your fling shots.
So help me out here. So I did see, now that we're speaking about, I guess, drives and all these types of different golf things,
right.
Nota Begay was the first top golfer to use a putter with playing faces on both sides of the head. So what does that mean? Like, I don't know exactly what that means as far as a putter with a playing. It says he was the first golfer to use a putter with playing faces on both sides of the head. So is a putter, it's only like one-sided, or is
maybe,
that
usually it's just whatever handedness you are.
So maybe he was the ambidextrous.
They just switch it lefty sometimes.
He's an ambidextrous golfer.
So maybe he only likes to go uphill with his handedness and would switch accordingly. That is a fun fact. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is it called a bullseye putter, or am I making that up? Is that something else?
It's a company.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His Scotty Cameron bullseye putter based on the break of the putt. Yeah, it says he putted right-handed for putts breaking right to left and left-handed for putts breaking left to right.
So there you go.
It's a switch putter.
This is a good note, though, because I think a two-chipper is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So you can, I didn't know, like, I should probably have known some of this, of what we're talking about, but I wasn't aware that either is or is not outlawed in the game. The chipper I knew about, because you can't have like a lefty and a righty boy.
Sure.
You can only have one or the other.
So you think this guy, he had the resources? He's like, I think I want to do this. Can you guys make me one of these? Like, you guys make me something where I can use the same one for both? Or you think maybe it was already created and he was the first one to really put it in use?
Not to sound yeah, but I don't want to be dismissive to the question, but I think it's so unique, no one cares.
I think the old putters were flat on both sides.
That's true.
So I don't know that he might have like had one custom made, but it wasn't like they didn't exist beforehand. So if somebody was in, had that kind of thought pattern, like apparently Nota did, to want to putt from both sides,
you'd have to have
there's
a
I have a
huge
putter in my
difference.
bag that Dad used to have. It's flat on both sides. I could have done the same thing.
I got it.
But never thought about it.
Ancient ping putter.
Yeah.
It's not flat on both
My
sides.
De La Cruz is that way.
There's something wildly different, though, in between a custom Scotty Cameron and a mallet that you could find at like a putt place. Those are two giant leaps in technology.
Well,
Fred.
I think it has to do with the head too, right? Because if the head is more or less fully erect at the bottom, then it's not leaning like one way or the other, because that's what's going to set up your dictation.
You want a true zero.
Yeah, you want true zero.
Mm-hmm.
Come back to this, Isaiah, or are you good?
Isaiah's good.
Oh, he's getting a phone call. He's busy guy.
Is it Nota Begay?
Is it Nota Begay? Does he have an answer to this? Whenever we get back from the break, whatever's happening on the phone. It's 2 Men On, live from the Albuquerque Duke Store, 95.9 FM and AM 610 with Steve Palmisano, the sports animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Joining us on the program is Isaiah Johnson, who is channeling his inner Jeff Symbieta, who called during the break. So, all right, so Jeff couldn't come on air, but he had notes on Noda's putter. Notes on Noda? Ooh, I like that segment. Write that down.
That's a very good one. We should get Noda involved. He says that Noda actually, the putter he used wasn't anything spectacular. It was just a double-sided. That's the right term to use.
Yep.
But he was the first person to use it the way he was using it. So, and then I'm also online. I'm seeing nobody before or even to this day after him has done that in the PGA Tour.
There you have it. Good note.
I was going to say I did it, but no, PGA Tour.
That
he did it at the putt up there on San Mateo.
I played an entire round of putt one time with a gal left-handed, like on a first date, because I was trying to be slick.
Cool.
Yeah.
You were a try hard?
Nice.
Yeah, that Jeff Symbieta knows about golf, dude.
Yeah, he does.
Like, low-key a super good golfer, and then he has like a sand trap of a mind when it comes to like stuff about it. Like, super impresses me.
Yeah, he just poured a lot of knowledge on me. There's a lot more he said than what I just said. I had it in my head for a second, but it was just his accolades, and the rooming with Tiger Woods at Stanford and all the things like that.
Listening to him talk about
Jeff, if you're cruising around, call back in.
No, come to the Duke store.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Tell us about Notice Putter. That's so cool. It's a fun fact about a local legend that I had no clue.
All sports with him, like he knows all sports, but golf specifically, it's like listening to Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got like all that stuff down, like wild good. Their show was good this morning. He was fun last night at that party, that sports book opening. So I'm gonna get out there. I think this weekend again. I think I'm gonna do like a bigger, funner parlay.
Nice.
Like
I did.
Yeah, like you, exactly like you did. I'm gonna parlay until the machine tells me I have to stop. I was gonna say
I'm going back there.
That's too many. Do you want me to go with you and teach you how it works?
For sure. Sounds like a plan.
Oh, we get to hang out. Now that you're presentable without a hat, I'm into this. The Colts have gone back to Isaiah's doppelganger, Anthony Richardson. Now, I'm running out of haircut jokes. Joe Flacco sucked. He was not very good. That sucks for the Colts. They are not very good. They're going back to Anthony Richardson. Going to be an improvement, boys? Yay or nay?
No, it won't be an improvement, but he's the future of your franchise. You got to let him get some reps. Like, Joe, if they really wanted to win games, they thought they had chances of making the playoffs, and Joe Flacco was their guy. If that's what they thought in the Colts organization, top to bottom, cool. If everybody's on board, cool. But guess what? Joe Flacco wasn't winning games either. So at least lose with the future of your franchise and let him get some reps, because Anthony Richardson before has only played in 17 football games since high school, counting his rookie year and his year at Florida. That's not enough reps to see if this is going to be your dude.
I want to make sure I got your quote right. If you're going to suck with a purpose. Is that what you're saying?
Suck with your eyes to the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Steve Palmisano told me during the break that he heard Joe Flacco pulled himself out of the game. So it's everyone now.
No.
Yeah, what we're seeing is
needed a breather.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson's off timeout. That's why he's getting back in the game. It's like Flacco's on the bench. Him playing so bad made it very easy for them to internally discipline him. But he's basically he's being told, all right, you can finally go back outside now. I think you learned your lesson. That's my take.
I don't
think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're not going to win with Joe Flacco, so we might as well lose with our potential future quarterback.
Also, I don't think I'd like having Jim Irsay as a boss.
Oh, man.
He seems crazy.
Unless you love cocaine. And then he's probably a great boss.
Yeah. Okay, I'm back in. Now that you just said that.
Uh-huh.
He's like a
Pat McAfee went on do well.
Punter?
I think.
Yeah. I don't think that was the key to his success.
The most dynamic punter you can imagine. I think Irsay is like Dan Campbell is like a premature version of Irsay.
No.
No.
That's incredibly insulting.
They're both racist. They're fairly crazy.
No. One of them One of them is drugs.
Yeah.
He's
Campbell looks like one of those guys that was
and
taking
a
stuff
sweet
salad.
rock and roll history collection.
He has a touring rock and roll museum. Are you familiar with this, Jim Irsay?
No, I didn't know that.
Really?
Hey, Jim, if you're listening now,
Come to Albuquerque.
yeah, put the vial away.
Yeah, listen.
And bring your museum to us.
Listen.
Yeah.
We'll say you.
Don't we have a rap mobile
Well, we almost had a
mobile rock and roll.
mobile metal museum.
Yeah.
metal didn't come to be.
Well, my new mission is to put something cool into the Unser Racing Museum. It's like my new mission.
Okay.
So that's what I'm dialed in on right now.
Call the Andretti's. We got the space available, guys.
Hey guys, you want to finish second to the Unzers again? We got you over here. We're live at the Duke Store. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where we're just a handful of minutes away from Leslie Coe joining us. She's the APS Activities Manager. We got a cool event going on this weekend, Drive Out Hunger. That's November the 16th, 10 to 4 p.m. at the APS headquarters, 6400 Uptown Northeast Van. You're familiar with that. It's next to the Vader building.
Very familiar. I'm wearing Darth Vader socks right now. I know all the Vader adjacent things in town.
McKinney-Vento served about 4,000 students last year, and those are, I think I mentioned it earlier, kids who are currently unhoused, but it allows them to go to school. It's a really incredible program. So there you go on that. We're excited to have her on. We are at the Duke store where we're doing 10% dissies on the rest of the night. Are we staying open until 7 or do we close at 6? How's it work, Steve?
We'll be here till 7.
Okay. So if someone walks
comes
in
to the door, I'll take care of them.
You will get up from the show.
I will.
And assist them in their Duke's purchase.
God, what a guy.
Hero, dude.
Not all heroes wear capes, Steve.
That's correct.
Ooh, Duke's capes. Good idea. Yeah. Let's get some Duke's capes. Yeah.
At that Sandia Sportsbook party last night, Steve, how many people asked you about the Dukes?
Probably everyone I talked to. Yeah. Since they knew the connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like connection to
Kinda
us.
like
We're friends.
whenever I ran into somebody who I knew, I'd ask them about their business.
All right, hold up. I see what you're doing here.
Mm-hmm.
What?
So you think this is because I don't ask people about their work?
It didn't have anything to do with you.
But I know you think that.
I don't think that. I wasn't thinking about you during that comment.
I don't go up.
I was talking to you.
Yes,
but I
about
wasn't
me.
thinking about you.
I felt where this was leading. So this is because whenever we meet people, I always do this. I say, hello, welcome. I always say that first.
Yeah.
Then most of the time they say, I was here before you.
That does happen a lot. That's a,
Mhm.
and then I'll say, well, and they'll say, no, like here in Albuquerque, like this, I grew up here.
Yeah, sure.
Like I'm welcoming you.
Right. That's nice, though. That's
Yeah.
nice that you do.
It's nice that I do that.
It is nice.
And
if
then
someone was to say that, that's like the equivalent to the people. Have a good day, but don't tell me what to do.
Sure.
Same category.
Yeah. Yeah. Please don't inspire me to do a good thing.
The thing I was planning on doing
Yeah.
already.
You can't encourage me to already be what I currently am, which is like doing well.
Good person.
Yeah.
You're a good person.
So this is the reinforcement I was looking for on this.
From me?
Yes.
Fred, you are a good person.
You know, when I'm sorry, I don't always say, how's the Dukes brand doing? I don't always say that.
You do. Yeah, you do.
I'll say, how's the fam? I always say, how's the fam? I always say that.
No, you say, how's
Which
the Duke
means
store?
the Duke's family,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah.
Correct.
How's your puppy? One of your dogs is named Duke. What's the other one's name? Garvey?
Team store.
Just
Piazza?
no.
Duke and
Yeah. So together it's Duke.
It was Mondesi, but he had to change it after the scandal.
And you would always get mad when your dogs would pee on their paws.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
He didn't wear it. Oh wait, that was Moises' Lou. I super blew that joke. Also, that was low key a little.
It's a deep cut in the baseball
Inside
world.
Yeah.
baseball.
Uh-huh.
I had it though. When we get back from the break, we got a fun guest. Leslie Coe is going to join us. She's the APS Activities Manager. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, where Leslie Coe joins us. She makes APS go around, and they got a big event going on this weekend. Leslie, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you guys for having me. It's nice to be here and fun to be out on with you guys.
Oh, that's okay. First of all, very, very kind. Now you're aware that Steve Palmisano's here. That doesn't ruin anything for you?
It doesn't, because he has a Yankees hat on, and I'm a lifelong Yankees fan, so we'll be okay.
Now, whenever we do the program, we live stream our video, which if you are not a part of that, go to facebook.com/talkabq or youtube.com/talkabq. You'll find us, all that stuff. So I no longer currently have my notes on the event this weekend because you are on my phone. So Leslie, smarten us up on Saturday. What's going on and how are kids helping kids?
So kids are helping kids. I came into this position about a year ago.
Welcome.
Thank you. And the kids came to me and said they want to do something to give back to the kids, and they want to work together through the district. So all 13 of our traditional high schools.
Name them.
I can't name them all.
Okay, go.
I can, but I'm not going to. They work together, and they organized to work with McKinney-Vento program. And that program, if you're unfamiliar, works with our unhoused students. So they work with about 5,000 students a year.
Goodness.
Unhoused doesn't mean homeless. So it can be anyone who maybe had a fight with mom and dad and are staying at a friend's house, or they're staying in their car, or whatever reason. So really need that food, especially this time of year in the winter and everything.
Right. And the idea is, Van, it doesn't upend you if something happens at home. So you can finish the school year where you start the school year. It's a really important program.
100%. And so we filled a small box truck last year. And the kids said, we want a bigger truck this year. And I said, okay, we'll
let's
get a bigger
go.
truck. So we have a bigger truck. We got a lot more things going on this year. We're going to have a few different corporate sponsors out there with us, giving away some things to people who donate. Kane's Chicken jumped on with us, Campus Specialties. So we got a lot of different things like that. You guys are awesome out there being with us, but I know it's a big sports day on Saturday.
Can we donate Duke City Championship Wrestling tickets?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to make a donation.
Cool.
Let's go.
We would love that. So anyone who comes out and donates any of the food will have a chance to win all these prizes. So that's kind of our program on our spill.
Where do you go to donate?
6400 Uptown. It is the APS headquarters, and I heard you guys driving on. It's next to the Darth Vader building. You're exactly right.
So 24 hours of that in the lobby. Very weird.
So we will be out there Saturday morning from 10 to 4.
Dress warm.
Dress warm. Last year, I got to give it to you guys. Our kids last year, we had 120 kids come out and volunteer throughout the day. 120 kids came out to volunteer. And we had groups working together. So we had rivals, for example, Volcano Vista working with Cibola.
Cibola said they sucked.
Don't start that.
Oh,
we
sorry.
don't want to start that.
Volcano Vista said Cibola sucked.
But we had rain, sleet, snow, wind, New Mexico weather, and our kids did it. So if you bring a donation out, you don't even have to unload it from your car. The kids will walk up, grab it. You have a chance to win the prizes, put it in the truck, and you have done a great deed for them. We filled up their warehouse last year through early spring. Our goal is to fill it through May this year.
Oh, how incredible. Okay.
And you refer to it as kids helping kids. So the overwhelming majority of these volunteers are students themselves helping other students.
It's all student-led. So I'm lucky enough, I get to work with athletics and activities. And these activities students came to me and said, we're going to do this project. We need some help. And, it's kind of cool to be the adult voice to be like, guys, you got to listen to these kids. They have a good idea. All kid-centric. So kids are literally helping kids.
Are they driving the truck?
They are not driving the truck.
See, it's not what you said it was. It's a whole other thing now.
Well, there's this thing called risk management and insurance. And I don't know if we want a teenage driver driving a big, giant U-Haul box truck.
I have a truck. I do have a truck. I have a question. What kind of food or donations are you? Is there a restriction on anything?
There's no restrictions, but they prefer single-serve foods for granola bars, crackers, oatmeal, anything with that, individual soups, something that's easy for them to travel because they are unhomed.
Let's do this. Let's continue down this path whenever we get back from the break. We got a fun guest, Leslie Coe's with us. We're talking the world of helping kids through APS. It's 2 Men On, live from the Duke Store, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On. Leslie Coe is with us. She's talking about a fun little event going on this weekend over at APS, and it's in Uptown. It's next to the Vader Building. What's up?
Yes, so it's 6400 Uptown. We will be right there in the parking lot. Our van, our big box truck will have balloons and posters, and you'll hear music and all that stuff around it. So you won't be able to miss us. Easy to get access to anywhere from the city. So I hope everybody comes out from all parts of the city to donate for us.
And it's a car wash.
It's not a car wash. It's a canned food drive. You
I
guys
got
do car
confused.
washes.
I thought cakewalk.
Car washes are like I hate car washes for fundraisers. If I'm being honest, it never works well for us, and I just great if it works for you, but I'm not a car wash.
I've never pulled over because I saw a car wash sign.
Oh, I have. $5, you get your car clean and you get to support kids. Like, that's a good deal.
Sure.
I think the most successful car wash in the history of high school fundraising car washes happened in Carlsbad, New Mexico.
I love this.
My cousin, they were raising money for the cheer team to go to a tournament, and they advertised the cheerleaders were doing a topless car wash. And of course, people came out in droves because the reasons.
Yes.
And they just didn't wash the tops of your car. So
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Now, also, what is
smart.
what is a cheerleading tournament?
Are you familiar with Step It Up or Step It Up 2 Back to the Streets? Possibly.
Well,
too familiar.
Only because when you put your coat on a second ago, I went, brr.
Yeah.
It's cold in here. There must be some matadors in the atmosphere. Is that Sandia?
That is Sandia.
Let's go.
I love it. You got the alma mater in there.
Yeah.
But, when I took this job, after I got hired, they said, "What do you know about cheerleading and dance?" And I said, "I've never worked that sport in my life." And they go, "Great, you're in charge of it."
Huh.
So I should invite you guys to come out to our APS invite, and you can see what the cheerleading competition
does it need
is.
play-by-play? Because I feel like we could do it.
I feel like you guys could do the best play-by-play of
Steve,
any.
is it a cheerleading match or
It
is
is
it
a
a
competition.
See,
that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a
competition.
It's different. Yeah.
And I can tell you, I've been doing it for a year and a half now, and I still don't understand how it's judged or that I'm more
I
of
know
a,
how it's judged.
I'm more of a black and white, like baseball, football, hockey girl. And it's a whole other world, but they do awesome.
Is Dance Moms there, or is that different?
It's a whole other level. You
Okay.
need to come out and see it. They get very into it and very supportive.
It's not just gals, though, right? They have dudes out there and everything,
They
too?
do.
Because see, I'm in on that. That seems cool
It's
to me.
all
I could
inclusive.
see you doing that.
I could do that.
You totally could.
I could be a
You'd
flyer.
be the top. No.
I'm going to throw this out there. How about 2 Men On,
Yes, good answer.
a special encore presentation between our matches at competition, and you guys can do a routine. I'll even hook you up with a cheer coach to help.
Well,
you.
we can't.
I mean, we
love
would
to
just
see
do
that.
Will Ferrell's Saturday Night Live bits, obviously.
Yeah.
Which would be great,
Rip
too,
straight
right?
from them.
Me and Van would show up looking kid and play. Less.
Yeah.
Who would be Will Ferrell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Nose goes.
Gotcha.
That's
You can answer this though. Is it a hockey match or a hockey game?
It's a game. It's a hockey game.
Oh,
It's
incorrect.
a field hockey match.
Man.
It's
No,
a
this
match.
is ice hockey match.
I know it's an ice hockey game,
Game.
field hockey match.
We're going. That's the only reason we became hockey insiders.
Yeah, match
is to change the terminology.
I like it.
match game is what I actually thought we were doing when we went in. I thought we were doing.
Fred, you mentioned earlier, like, is there going to be boys out there? And I wanted to point out, like, there's a couple guys I remember from my high school, but that's not something that's like pushed as often as you would think. Like, usually maybe 1 or 2 out of a school, but yeah, guys get full ride scholarships as cheerleaders. And it's one thing that I feel like if more of them knew it was something that you could do and practiced for it to go to college, I think it'd be a lot more.
Do they a full ride and then they're like, step over and do that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the kid that I remember did it. I mean, you would have never expected it. He never was in any sport. But then,
whoa, cheerleading's a sport, Isaiah.
Yeah, sure.
What are you doing?
I'm saying
No, he
this
said
was
he
before
wasn't in
started.
any other sport.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm back.
that too. But in high school, we didn't see him doing anything else. But he was always around the cheerleaders. But then all of a sudden, boom, he started doing it. In high school, and then he got a full ride. He got his full ride before any of the football players got one.
And some of the best athletes are the male cheerleaders. We had a young man at Albuquerque High a couple years ago. He was homecoming king, captain of the football team and captain of the cheerleading team, and got a
Yo.
full ride to a
Dang.
cheerleading college at D1. And tell you what,
Dreamboat.
they are amazing.
Seems to me
So,
when I was around that, they called them yell leaders.
yes,
The guys.
yes,
Yep.
sure.
Still that? or
We're
not?
all too young to remember that.
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's a
was
good
old.
point.
They're
Yeah.
all inclusive cheer members now.
Gotcha.
Are you saying
Ooh, cheer
Steve is
members.
an old yeller?
I,
Cheer persons.
I'll let you say what you will with that.
Is that what I heard, Steve?
Back in the day,
Back in
my day, after he crossed
How-
my lawn.
How many years in a row have you been running this drive?
So this is our second year.
Okay.
And it has really taken off like a wildfire. It, like I was saying earlier, the kids run it all on their own. They come to me and they're like, "Hey, can you help us advertise
Yes.
this?" And that type of thing. And they've done great. So I think next year it'll be even bigger. I don't want to let any secrets out, but they're already looking at putting it in multiple locations next year near large warehouses where people could walk in and buy donations and go right to the truck.
Love
Oh,
that.
sweet.
So let's do this. We'll make sure we get you we have a bunch of tickets and stuff at the station. So let's grab some stuff together. We'll get them to you for giveaways to everyone who comes and donates. We can't say they're on air from us for FCC reasons, but we can say they're from you. And we will put all that together, and I will have that to you by end of week so you can physically hand those to people.
You guys are amazing. We appreciate it. And we appreciate the support of Sports Animals. So thank you guys
Aw,
for what
whoop,
you
whoop.
do.
Love
I
that.
got some things I can donate for his prizes.
We would love it. So everybody out there, you know, all of our friends who are listening, we would love to have those donations. Come out, see us. These are going to go early. We'll have them throughout the day. So we're trying to do 20 giveaways every hour. So don't wait till the end, but come see us
Boom.
early.
Oh, love that.
Awesome.
Yeah. Last one, rain or shine, that kind of thing, no matter
Rain or
what.
shine. Last year it poured on us, and
Yeah.
we had the first snowfall of the season and ice. So rain or shine, we will be there.
Hit the friends of the show with the details one more time.
6400 Uptown, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Saturday, canned food drive, any individual foods, crackers, oatmeal packets, soup packets, granola bars for our unhomed kids and APS.
Love that. And if you do stop by big box, whatever, or warehouse, bring that whole dang thing. Like grab one while you're out, grab an extra one, give it to an organization that's helping others. We say this basically every time we have someone on. We support people that we know are going to come through with their pledge. So this is not a come by night, Facebook support, GoFundMe, weird deal. This is the thing you give is going to go to help the people that we're telling you it's going to help, so you can trust it, you can trust us, and we are very thankful to have you, Leslie. It was a big deal.
Well, thank you guys. It was really fun being on. So
Hear that,
appreciate
Steve? You hear that?
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, Steve.
Told you it's fun.
I've been on too many times.
Lost its luster, huh?
No more shine.
Well, you're just not as nice to me anymore, Fred.
You know, off air, it's nothing different.
Correct.
2 men on live from the Albuquerque Duke Store, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal. welcome back to Two Men On. We're at the Albuquerque Duke store. Steve Palmisano is still with us against his wishes. Steve, welcome back to this one.
What time is it?
I mean, what do you mean by that, Steve?
Nothing. I'm having the time of my life, as I always do.
Van,
You guys' best bumper, by the way. Fun fact.
We missed what?
This is your best bumper, by the way. A little fun fact. That's a fact.
I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan. This is a bop.
Put it on the playlist.
Van was telling more high school stories during the break.
Yeah, always.
I swear, I tell one, and they just keep pouring in.
I mean, I can't imagine Carlsbad has that many high school stories.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean the only show in town? Like the only thing people care about? The only thing going on Friday? The only thing open on Friday night in football season is Denny's and Allsup's? Like,
Awesome.
The number of college graduates outside of the Albuquerque and Las Cruces area is very low.
The what?
Number of college graduates. Like a lot of the individual stories ended high school in rural New Mexico. That's a fact.
Can I see the data?
Yes, you can.
But not Hall of Famer Brian Urlacher, who was at the Sandia Sportsbook last night.
Yeah.
Do you
His
think he
career
graduated UNM, or do you think he left UNM?
I think he attended. He might have even went to classes.
I know. I know he stopped going to UNM and went to the NFL. I know that for a fact.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Did he get drafted?
That is correct.
Ooh, which one?
Ninth overall?
Yeah, he's ninth. And it's funny. He's a Cowboys fan, and Dallas actually, the Bears obviously wanted him. The Bears traded up to get him.
Not high enough. That's a classic Cowboys mess around.
Sure.
Yeah.
Had to bring that up.
Yeah.
Well, they'd have put him at tight end or something stupid. But like, you were great in college. Play tight end.
Let me see who they drafted there.
What year was that? 99? 98?
Quincy Carter.
2000. Nobody that I recognize at all.
All right, pulling it out here. 2000 NFL draft class. Is that what I'm looking up right now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right, 2000.
Plaxico Burress was in there.
He shot himself.
Yeah, he did. Urlacher was and not to be obvious, Urlacher was the best player out of that class. I mean, like out of the whole draft, there wasn't that many historically great players. Sean Alexander was in that draft.
He was on a video game.
He was. That's the best Madden ever.
All right, I'm looking at it right here.
Say that to Sebastian Janikowski's face.
Oh, he's in that draft class?
Yeah. 17th pick in the first round of the Oakland Raiders.
That's crazy for a kicker.
I don't think there's a Hall of Famer in this draft class outside of Urlacher, is there?
Nope.
Janikowski should. He was the first one to really make it normal to be bombing field goals from the 60s like that.
You know who was the dude in this class was Ron Dane. When Ron Dane came out of college, Ron Dane was a stud.
Hey, whoopsie. You didn't scroll down far enough, did you?
No.
I thought it was the next year. In round 6, with pick 199,
I know where you're about
the
to
year 2000 NFL draft, the New England Patriots select quarterback Tom Brady.
Yeah, Tom Brady's
Michigan
the one.
University.
He was the same draft as Urlacher?
He did pretty good.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Steven.
To be fair.
Tom Brady's not a Hall of Famer yet. I just want to be very clear. That's my sentence still stands.
Yep, there is only one.
What?
Yeah, there's only one Hall of Famer.
Oh.
I think.
In New Mexico?
No, in the 2000 draft class.
Oh, okay.
For now.
Unless you think your boy Chad Pennington's getting in.
He was a gamer, that dude.
What?
He was. Every team he went to, he played.
Did he win?
I didn't say he won. He's a gamer.
Now, my favorite player from that draft was out of West Virginia. Mark Bulger, who came out of that draft too.
Steal.
It was taken right before Tom Brady, and he played for St. Louis for some time, and he could go.
He could go.
Yeah, even I remember seeing those Bulger jerseys.
Yeah, because they were on discount.
Torrey Holt. Holt and Bulger.
When did St. Louis go to Arizona?
So 88 Bidwell took the St. Louis Cardinals to Arizona.
So you just said he played for St. Louis.
The St. Louis Rams.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't remember. I mean, they've moved around.
I mean, so many teams have left St. Louis.
LA
Good point.
Rams.
All right. Well, the Battlehawks are about to replace the Bears in the NFL, so they're about to have their third.
The
NFL
Bears are
team.
getting relegated
Yes,
to the XFL.
to the UXFL. And the Battlehawks are on the come up, obviously, because they lost to the Arlington somethings on a pretty controversial play, if you ask me.
Interesting.
I'm trying to compare the drafts like before and after. The one before, I mean, see if there was some sort of trend. The one before was pretty decent, although I don't know who Tim Couch was. It was Tim Couch.
Played for the Browns.
It's Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a gunslinger.
But he wasn't good.
He was a gamer.
Over McNabb.
Yeah.
I guess McNabb is like he's as good as you can get without being a Hall of Famer.
Well, it was like all different at that time too, because it was now everyone's slotted and you're kind of going to make what you're going to make. But at that time, you would maybe take a guy that you could pay less at a position that's not premier. So, like going back to that 2000 draft, I think Courtney Brown came out first, and he was a defensive end, and that was for Cleveland. And Cleveland, by the way, had the first overall pick like multiple years in a row at that time. And it was like you do that instead of taking, whoever could have turned your season around, like probably Ron Dane in 2000. Because running backs were valued different. But you don't do that anymore. Now you can take a quarterback at first overall every single year because it's not going to affect you pay wise. But back then, I mean, I think Sam Bradford had a $50 million signing bonus or something when he got drafted.
The last one.
Yeah. Like crazy.
So who was number one Urlacher's year?
Courtney Brown.
Courtney Brown.
Don't know.
That is the right face to make, Steve.
Yeah, in 2001, it hits pretty hard in 01. That draft class hits really hard. You've got, Vic, Leonard Davis, Tomlinson, LaDainian Tomlinson, Richard Seymour, Andre Carter, Santana Moss, and then Drew Brees is trickling down there at pick number 32.
I don't know if I'm ever putting Santana Moss in a contributor category, but the rest of those I was in on.
He's a reach. He's a reach of all the names I named. I just remember him playing for Washington. Reggie Wayne.
Van, do you remember when your Green Bay Packers took Bubba Franks?
I do. He could go there for a minute until he got super weird.
That's like my youth players.
You should start a hot dog company. Bubba Franks.
Bubba's Franks.
Bubba Franks.
I bet that exists.
That's awesome.
If it doesn't, that's one of the biggest L's of all time.
And he makes only like shrimp hot dogs.
Bubba and Frank's hot dog our menu. In Virginia.
I just found the video of, I guess this is ESPN, breaking down the Tom Brady pick. I'm gonna be real clear on this. I don't think I've seen a 6th round draft breakdown on an ESPN in 25 years. Like, I didn't know this was a thing that happened. And they have a whole, not super mobile in the pocket.
It was done at the time?
That part was true.
I can't come up. I'm trying to think of a time.
Was that before the draft? Before the draft, they broke him down, or after?
This is like after he was drafted. They go, whatever, the New England Patriots select 6th round, 199th pick, Tom Brady. They have a whole breakdown thing. I think the only time I've seen that was when, and again, St. Louis Rams took Michael Sam, but that was because he was like a human interest story. It had nothing to do with him being a football player.
Well, now, I mean, it's such a big product now that historically in the NFL draft, like they had write-ups on like the first 100 guys, like the first 3 rounds. And after that, they're like, here's Rick Smith out of Northern Alabama A&T. He exists.
Excuse me, man. I believe it's Richard Smith.
Oh, is it?
Rick Smith. So I've got the all-time, this is of course opinionated, all-time 6th round draft pick starting lineup. So you got Tom Brady at QB.
I don't know. Mark Bolger.
Terrell Davis, running back. Okay. Larry Kennebrew He played in 83. I guess he had 47 touchdowns as a fullback. That's insane. Antonio Brown was a 6th round.
Nobody's trying to have a fullback on their team.
Nowadays, no.
Say that to Mike Allstott's face.
Hey, Michael. No one's trying to have that.
Antonio Brown, Jay Novacek. Yeah, not too many other big names after that.
Jason Kelsey, pretty famously, was a 6th round draft pick. He's, I think people think he was pretty good.
Well, they got Matt Burke over him. Who's Matt Burke?
He was a center. He was the one name you would know. I think he played for Baltimore. He also played for Minnesota. He was good for a lot of years.
I don't think he's better than Kelsey. I hear people say Kelsey's maybe the goated center.
I don't know. Matt Burke was pretty good. He was pretty good.
Is Travis Kelsey going to the Hall of Fame?
Oh, of course.
Jason?
The guy who's about to win 3 Super Bowls in a row. Are you asking?
Yes.
Travis Kelsey,
Yes.
3-time Super Bowl champion, is about to go to the Hall of Fame. Yes.
Well, with your logic, it's like Luke Longley should be in the Hall of Fame.
Who?
You heard me.
Hook?
He's not even Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
Is Tony Kukoc going to the Hall of Fame?
He should.
In what country?
Travis is, I don't agree with it, but Travis he's coming up. Him and Mahomes, they're both, are going to be recognized as the GOAT their position by a lot of people when it's all said and done. Travis is already there.
I'm fine with that.
A lot of the best tight ends already call him that. Shannon Sharp says that he's way better than he was and that Travis is the GOAT.
I mean, we're talking time period stuff, though, because he's not. It's Rob Gronkowski.
Right.
I watched him win all those Super Bowls.
Right.
He doesn't block well enough, Travis.
To win Super Bowls?
No, they'd be the greatest tight end.
No one cares about blocking.
But when it comes to tight ends, you're talking greatest all time. You have to, because there's so many that could have caught way more passes, but they were big and were good at blocking, so they had a run block assignment or a pass block assignment rather than running a 40-yard seam like Travis gets to do.
No, Frank Wycheck is in no conversations of greatest tight end of all time.
Who's Frank Wycheck?
That's the point. He's the guy who blocked down. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. Live from the Duke Store, the sports animal.
Oh, we're just taking this one all the way to the Mario sounder.
Whoa, that's fun.
Or the 2-man-on sounder.
Today's I9 Varsity, the I9 Varsity of Wars, League Office 280 at i9sports.com, 505-312-4999. Currently doing soccer co-ed indoor. Let's go. Reach out to I9 Sports. Get set up. All right. Ben, it's the I9 Varsity of Wars. Would you like to go first or last?
Sure, I'll kick off this time.
All right.
First on my I9 Varsity of Wars.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the smash hits Why Can't We Be Friends, Lowrider, the Cisco Kid?
Yeah, talking about War the Band.
War the Band is the leadoff hitter on my I9 Varsity.
It's interesting.
It's just a band war, Steve.
What is it good for?
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Yeah. Steve?
I'm not exactly sure what we're looking for here, but I'll go with Colorado v. New Mexico.
Yeah.
In the Chile.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, this is a good one.
I don't know if it's actually a war.
Not a
it's
war.
kind of, I mean,
more of a skirmish.
Not on New Mexico's side.
More of a fracas, really.
How do you
like
feel?
Colorado may feel like they're, battling
like a
against us, but there's no competition. Really.
It's like a Lakers Clippers kind of thing.
How do you feel about changing your answer, Steve, to New Mexico and Colorado versus all of its surrounding states? How do you feel about that?
Like New Mexico versus everybody.
Oh, dang.
Dang.
It's a good one.
Okay. Isaiah?
Alrighty. Sorry if I'm stealing yours here, Fred, but
Yep.
it's the first thing came to my mind.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the WWE War Games.
Okay, that's a good one.
The new little event they put in, 2 rings. I don't know how I feel about it.
It's not new at all, but yes.
When did they first start it?
When did War Games start? 90s?
Yeah.
2 rings.
And they just, never did it in the beginning of the 2000s?
Correct. Yeah, so WCW owned it, and then whenever it was created by Dusty Rhodes, and whenever Dusty Rhodes passed away, WWF brought it back. So there you go. Good answer. Your guys' answers were all inferior, though, to my answer, which is Infinity War. Infinity War is, I think, the greatest war in the history of the universe.
I mean, it saved the universe.
Saved the universe.
Sure.
Give me Infinity War.
Good start.
Yeah.
Very good start. Next on my I9 Varsity of Wars, I'm going to go with the War on Drugs. Not the one started in the 80s by Nancy Reagan personally.
No.
But the band.
Personally, you say?
The band, The War on Drugs.
Yes.
Fantastic band if you hadn't heard them.
I like that a lot.
Adam Granduciel.
I was going to hit you with a
Singer-songwriter. Plays all the instruments on the albums.
I was going to hit you with an Adam G reference right there, but I didn't. So,
Nice.
Yep. Steve Palmisano?
I think I'm out.
On one. You went out on one. You went one green chili, which is maybe a skirmish at best.
It's the only one that matters.
Steve's just got all these
Not the
historical wars flooding through his brain.
You don't want me to give you the card game war? Do you just want that one?
I like that one.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
How about I got one
Another one.
about Star Wars?
That great answer.
Thank you.
Boom.
I didn't know it was that easy.
Yeah, the Empire versus the first of all,
It's
you
that
really
easy.
struggled. I want to be clear on
I
this.
was thinking way too hard on this one.
I think you were. You really were.
Ridiculous.
Super good answer that you eventually came through with, though. Isaiah?
We just
Give
took all
me-
of his.
Yeah. I was making fun of Steve. Now I'm empty. I'm gonna go with the wars that I would have with my friends when we'd play the game Battleship. How about that's close enough to a war, but it's a friendly one, right? It's sometimes unless there was-
Seafaring War. Yes.
Yes. But I looked at that before.
Nautical.
Mm.
My next war is the war against the machines, which is of course the battle that Sarah Connor and John Connor fought against Terminator. Not just
That was a war. It was. I'm asking.
yes, Cyberdyne. Are you familiar with
I'm asking.
the Terminator universe? They took over the whole planet.
Good one.
That's a good one.
I hate you. Van.
Next on my I-9 Varsity of Wars,
I'm
going with the Cold War Kids.
Oh, good answer. Yeah.
Yet another band with the word war in them. Hang Me Up to Dry was an absolute banger.
Give me one verse.
Oh, I know the chorus. Absolutely. I know the chorus. You'll never guess the words to the chorus.
Hang me out.
Nailed it.
I got one.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
The Cola Wars.
Good answer.
Ooh.
I'm on this one now. I got it pegged.
Gross.
Pepsi versus Coke.
Yep. Good answer. I liked it.
Unless you want to.
Isaiah?
I'm going to go with Call of Duty World at War because it was the worst Call of Duty ever created. And that game is just absolutely terrible. So I'm going to go with Call of Duty World at War. I didn't want to take the low-hanging fruit and say War for the Planet of the Apes or anything because that movie was also terrible. But
is that a Mark Wahlberg one?
I don't think he's in there. Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Battle of Helm's Deep. Put it on the list. That thing slayed.
I mean, it was a battle. It wasn't a war.
It was the battle for Middle Earth. That's a war. All the kingdoms unite. You're not going to call that a war? The Riders of Rohan showed up.
It says battle right in the title.
Is battle a war?
You're going to tell me if the Dark Lord Sauron is at the gates of Helm's Deep, you're not going to consider that a war? When at a time when men, elves, and dwarves all stood together?
We dust up. Kind of a Donnybrook, really.
How about what if I were to like War of the Ring? Could I rephrase it? Is it too late now?
I mean, you're all the way in, so I mean, state your case.
When does a battle become a war?
When it's gotten out of hand.
Good answer.
I think a series of battles would be a war.
Yeah, you win the battle, but you don't win the war. Wow. How did I miss that one? You can win this battle, not winning the war. That's what I like to tell myself.
Well, you can also win a battle but lose a war.
Yes, you can.
How good were you at football, Isaiah, that you didn't have to go to class? I knew you were good. I didn't know you were that good.
Yeah, I balanced out and ended up where I should have ended up.
Van?
Cleanup hitter on my I-9 varsity is the war on drugs.
You already see, but earlier you said that one.
Didn't you already say
Not
that?
the band.
Okay.
The coined term by President Nixon in 1971 on his attack on the beatniks and the hippies.
Yeah.
And all those
African Americans who lived in the city.
Losers.
Yep.
I remember the beatniks section of my eighth grade year.
It wasn't so much a war on drugs as it was in war on the urban community.
Correct.
Blanketed in a war on drugs.
In 1990, 25% of all male African Americans had been incarcerated at some point. That's incredible.
Thanks a lot, Tricky Dick.
Ugh. Steve?
It's more of a battle currently.
Yes.
Dallas Cowboy fans.
And their psyche.
One Jerry Jones.
Okay.
No way Steve read my mind. That's crazy. That was my next one to the T.
It's crazy how Steve keeps taking all the ones right before Isaiah was gonna.
Wild.
It's crazy.
Remember this the next I-9.
Yeah, let Isaiah go first.
Yeah. This time I got a good one.
Isaiah reminds me of my brother's kids. like I have a good idea. No, they had it first.
Yeah. Darg.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah?
I sounded too. I'm gonna go with World War Z with Brad Pitt.
Good one.
That one was scary.
It's a Max Brooks book, and
the
Max
zombies can run. That is frightening.
Yeah, that was an interesting one.
Max Brooks, the son of Mel Brooks, he wrote it. Now you know.
Fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact.
Really neat.
Now, earlier, you guys heard me mention the war against the machines, which was, of course, a reference to Terminator.
To Elon Musk. Oh, wait, what?
Yes. But also, that's what Neo had to battle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Parallels here.
That's what I'm going with here. So give me all those sweet slow motion fight scenes from The Matrix.
So sweet.
Put those on the list.
Fell off pretty hard after the first one. Fell off pretty hard.
It got confusing.
They had a chance to make one of the greatest series in the history of cinema and absolutely dropped the ball.
Zion actually existing really confused me. Because why weren't they helping the people in the pods
the whole time? Where were you?
Like if you,
oh, you know what? No Wi-Fi in the caves. Couldn't communicate with them.
There was Wi-Fi in the caves.
Well, only internally. It was a closed network.
Oh, it was an intranet.
Yes.
That's what slowed them down in freeing mankind.
Yep.
Also, machines that
didn't have the right dongle.
You're saying a converter was the issue.
To the router. Yeah.
The router of freedom.
Yes.
For the human race.
The future of all mankind, really.
Well, not even really, because in the Matrix world, you guys all remember this, it just resets.
Yeah. In the Matrix world.
I think one of my biggest fears is robots that move like they're organic, like animals or something. Have you?
Boy, do I have an awful video for you.
Was that dog walking up the mountain?
That's doing bat flips.
Yeah.
And like the dog robot that had wheels for feet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
We're done. That's it. It's over for us.
Robots that are animals and people.
Robot dogs with wheel feet that can shoot laser beams out of their necks.
While they bark.
We're done.
And they can bark bees at you.
That's it.
It's like that Tom and Jerry.
Release bees out of their tum-tum.
Everyone, Tom couldn't catch Jerry, so the owner hired the robot cat to come in.
RoboCat sounds awesome.
They don't let me know more Tom and Jerry than you guys. I have to be the old soul. That's one of the greatest Tom and Jerry episodes ever.
Absolutely. I remember it.
Hard agree from Steve over here.
You've been pro Jerry for a long time.
Have I?
You're like, what does that mean?
That's been all of today.
Jones.
Steve, final words?
You've confused me all day.
Isaiah brought up the double-headed putter.
Magician. Yeah, it's Isaiah's fault too. That putter just threw me over the.
Isaiah back at the studio.
Incoming Jerry curl. Look out for it.
Oh,
yo.
Interesting.
Need that relaxer. First.
I got to show Isaiah how to brill cream. He's got no clue. Van, final words?
Too much for time allotted, my friend. Anything we didn't cover, make sure you check out tomorrow morning on the opening drive with Jeff and JJ.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, Burki.